shame. Start to wonder. Don't get on you. Don't get for days. Can't you don't get on you. Don't get for days. Don't get on you.
Good morning, everybody. Rise and shine. We're back on Eastern Island time right here at Tiki Man Radio, TikiManRadio.com. Your happy place, baby. Rise and shine. Another gorgeous, beautiful day is here. Let's get this day started off right, shall we? Here we go.
Now, friends, let me tell you about this guy that I once met. Smooth talker with an export cigarette. I don't believe I ever saw him without a cocktail in his hand. No one swings us on to the big band voodoo band. Yeah! Now he strolls through the city like a big old alley cat, with his pinstripe suit and a big band voodoo hat. I don't believe I ever saw him without a kitten on his hand. And no one swings us on to the big band voodoo band. Hey, Mr. Pinstripe Suit. Hey, Mr. Hidey, Hidey Ho. Well, I know you got the answers. We all wanna know. Mr. Wingtip Shoes. Hey, Mr. Always on the go. Well, I know you got the answers. We all wanna know. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Rise and shine, everybody. Another gorgeous, beautiful day is here. The chocolate bar is open for business. I got the beautiful hippie chick right to my side.
Good morning, everybody.
How you doing this morning?
Fantastic.
Ready to rock and roll?
I am.
B-Dog?
Morning.
Morning. Hubby Lips, Flaz Master, the Flazmatic. How are you?
Last rider.
Yeah, Flazmatic is here this morning. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. Hey, got a big show here for you. We're gonna tell you a little story about who let the pigs out, okay? Then we're gonna talk about the redneck funeral, and then we're gonna have some fun with that. And of course, Joe Leo with a new JBL Legends Travel about how he got into all this and what he actually does, you know? So we always wonder about that, right?
Right.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Hey, Mr. Pinstripe Suit. Hey, Mr. Hidey, Hidey Ho. Well, I know you got the answers. We all wanna know. Mr. Wingtip Shoes. Hey, Mr. Always on the go. Well, I know you got the answers. We all wanna know. Well, I know you got the answers. We all wanna know. Well, I know you got the answers. Yeah, we all wanna know. Yeah.
Good morning, everybody. Rise and shine. We're back on Eastern Island time right here at Tiki Man Radio, TikiManRadio.com. Coming to you live from the Chocolate Bar Studios in beautiful Harrison Bay to the backyard in Valley Center, Kansas. And to all of our friends up in Canada and Mexico, Veronica Rona, who's down in Mexico, our producer Monica, who is always listening, is up in Canada, and of course Vacuum Cleaner Tom, Northeastern Nora, Tinkerbell, and everybody up there. And, of course, Miss Trudy, we're always thinking about you. Happy Sunday to everybody up there. The BAR in Memphis, Tennessee, home of the Bodyguard and the Ambassador Retreat, which we were supposed to have an event. We were supposed to have our own retreat this weekend, and, of course, we
had to cancel.
We had to cancel that, so sorry about that, Flash.
It's okay.
I know you've been working on things, and
not really. I just was staging things, and that which could go back in the freezer did.
well, there you go.
Fantastic.
Probably like, all right, Woody, let's go work on the boat.
I did.
He did.
We did.
Yeah.
That's what you do, when something else happens, you just move right on to the next checklist, things you got to do. The Beers and Bones patio here in Harrison Bay, Tennessee, home of the Goldens, our good friends, the Goldens. The covered backyard, and Golden Girl with the good smelling hair. Good morning to you. Hope you're doing wonderful. The Treetop Flowers Patio and Tiki Bar, located over in Queen City, North Carolina, home of Marty and Angela Gentry. Happy Sunday to you guys.
Good morning.
Yeah, Rick the Sticks, Rick and Pat's Backyard Oasis, Williamsport, Maryland, for the temporary, I believe. They're in the process of moving down here to the great state of Tennessee.
Right.
That's hopefully that'll happen sometime before the summer party.
We'll have to see.
Maybe not. I don't know. And of course, that is Rick the Sticks, Hometown Licks. It comes up this afternoon, 5 o'clock. Eastern Island time, right here on Tiki Man Radio. Make sure you check that out. CK's Sunrise Villa in beautiful Stock Island, home of the Second Chance Tiki Bar. And, of course, that guy in Paradise and his beautiful wife, Kat and Brody. Good morning to you guys. They're out probably, recovering from going out last night looking for UFOs. They're always looking for UFOs.
Yeah.
And they're always seeing UFOs.
One came in last week.
Oh, really? Yeah. Well, there you go. The northern headquarters of Tiki Man Radio, that, of course, is the Paradise Way Tiki Bar up in Indiana, home of Ed the Train Man, his beautiful wife, Pat, and, of course, all the grandkids and the little Alec and everybody. Good morning to you guys. Of course, Pat is our picture girl when we're down in Key West. She's our picture girl no matter where we're at with her. She takes all the pictures. Good morning to you guys. Hope you're doing wonderful. The Beachy Shell Hideaway in beautiful Key West, Florida, home of the Beachy Shell Hideaway Studios now, of course, with Tiki Man Radio. Of course, that is B-Man and Michelle. Those guys are getting ready to head up and get a new RV.
I know. How exciting. A smaller one.
Yes.
But new. And then they're going to go to Disney, which is the happiest place on earth.
Well, it is for Michelle, that's for sure.
I love Disney. I'm with Michelle. I mean, put me in some ears and let's go travel around Epcot. We could drink around the world together. How about that?
Well, again...
Or actually eat around the world nowadays for me. But we did do that. We did do that with my daughter once, and it was a lot of fun.
Well, I think the corporate world ruined me for a lot of things.
Well, that's
and
because you had business meetings there. That's not fun.
I know.
That's no good.
Hey,
it just ruins
let's go to the happiest place on earth and have a meeting all week long. Want to?
No, no.
Idiots. I mean, we were very fortunate to be able to go to these places, big resorts in Las Vegas and golf resorts and all these places, but it's not like you're able to really enjoy it. It's not like it was a retreat or anything. It just wasn't. But good morning to you guys. Hope you're doing fabulous. The Southwest Florida Daddy-O Patio, the Seaside She Shed.
All right.
That is Dave Sons and Beth Travers, rock star Beth Travers. Good morning to you guys. And, of course, the She Shed is good to 150-mile-an-hour winds. The Comeback Tiki Hut up in Minnesota, where you'll find the best mimosas on Sunday morning.
You betcha.
Shelly Forsythe and her crew. Good morning to you guys. The Z&G Patio in Memphis, Tennessee, home of our good friends David and Gina, rocking on the back porch to Tiki Man Radio. Good morning. And I do have y'all's clips, by the way.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they sent the tropical country sound bites for you.
Nice.
Yeah, remind me to give them to you or get them downloaded or whatever.
All right.
So, Paradise North, home of King David and Pat up in Southampton,
Good
New
morning,
York.
you
Good morning to you guys. Hope you're doing wonderful. The Tiki Balcony over in Sweden, home of the Swedes, our good friends the Swedes. Good afternoon. Hope you're doing wonderful. Yeah, and of course, JoJo's Northeast Sea Shack in Manford, Massachusetts, just outside of Boston. This is Tiki Man Radio. I am your host, the Tiki Man, and of course, we got the hippie chick, B-Dog, and Flazmatic, the Flaz Master. The man of 1,000 names. Happy Sunday to you, everybody. Welcome to Sunday Mornings with the Tiki Man. Now, if you're watching us on YouTube, make sure you like the video. That helps us out tremendously. Make sure you subscribe. I'm looking at the statistics, and we have a lot of people that watch a lot of our videos that are not subscribers. So just hit the little subscribe button. It's free. It's free to do so, okay? It's not going to cost you anything.
There's not a lot in this world that's free anymore.
That's right. That's right. All right, let's take care of our 10 o'clock sponsors.
Tiki Man Radio streaming live on the Island J Live Cam. Make sure you subscribe and hit the little bell for the notifications. You can also follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Tiki Man Radio. And because of Island J, all of this is brought to you by Island J, bringing paradise to you one t-shirt at a time. Island J is the official vendor for all Tiki Man Radio products. You can go to tikimanradio.com and click on the store tab and check out all the t-shirts, the hoodies, the hats, our world famous coffee mugs, and more. That's Island J, bringing paradise to you one t-shirt at a time. This hour of the show is brought to you by Beach Buddha Coffee, the official coffee of Tiki Man Radio, the best roast coast to coast. Go to tikimanradio.com and click on the coffee tab and order all your Beach Buddha coffee. And when you do, make sure you use the code word Tiki Man and get $5 off your initial order. That's Beach Buddha Coffee, the official coffee of Tiki Man Radio, the best roast coast to coast. Reggae Wines, paradise is one sip away, which means good times and sweet wines. If you like sweet wines like I do, well, that is their specialty. Every sip of Reggae Wines takes you to a refreshing fruit paradise. Go over to tikimanradio.com and click on the wine tab, and that'll take you to the landing page where you can find all of the Reggae wines. Put in your zip code and find out if it's closest to you. You can also, if you're in Florida, order online at lucansliquors.com. But here's what I suggest you do. Go to your local liquor store and tell them you want Reggae wines. Go ahead and order a case of it because you can get a case of it for under $80. That's what they specialize in, is good wines under $10. So a case is very affordable. Reggae Wines, the official wine of Tiki Man Radio.
That's right. And, of course, if you're coming over to the chocolate bar at any time, if you're passing through or whatever, you can always get a taste of the Reggae Wines. We keep it behind the bar all the time.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, absolutely. So before we get started with all the shout-outs, I just want to say thank you for everybody that sent messages, emails, text messages,
Phone calls,
everything. I talked to people I haven't talked to in a long time. This past week, passing of my brother. I really appreciate it. We weren't going to do the show, but I got to tell you, I need some normalcy back in my life, okay? I was able to get outside yesterday, do some work all day yesterday in 150-mile-an-hour wind.
No, that's true.
So
It was windy, but not that windy.
windy.
and I'm out there on a ladder, about 12 feet in the air, and the wind's blowing. I'm like, this is all you got?
Had a Lieutenant Dan moment.
Yeah, Lieutenant Dan moment. But so thank you so much. It was a tough week, especially on my 90-year-old mom. She, that was the roughest part of the entire week, but passing of my brother. But I'm going to share some memories with you guys today, some funny stories. We're calling that segment the Who Let the Pigs Out. So we'll get to that here in a little bit. But and then we'll talk a little bit about the redneck funeral. I think you're really going to enjoy this.
I think you will too. I certainly did.
Yeah.
I was there.
Yeah, we don't. My family don't do anything normal. Okay, so
It's pretty funny.
anyway, who we got out on Facebook there, Hippie Chick?
Okay, out on Facebook we have, let's see, we got Alan Jacks Bowers saying good morning.
Good morning.
Nicole Hall, you know her heart is
Always in Key West.
Good morning to you, sweetheart.
We got the Trop Rock Elvis, Bob Shealy, saying good morning
Good
from
morning.
Florida.
That's right. Can't wait to see you down in Mexico.
And Rick the Stick saying good morning, sunshine.
Good morning.
Marty Gentry saying good morning from the Treetop Flyers Tiki Bar patio. The Tiki Bar is in bad need of some Tiki Man stickers.
Oh, yeah. Well,
we need to get him
stickers.
some.
Yeah. I got
And let's see.
a big shipment coming in of stickers.
Well, good. And Dan Ware's out there saying good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Morning.
Robert Maring.
Hey, buddy.
Robert Maring, today is his birthday.
Well, happy birthday.
Happy
to you.
birthday.
Yeah.
And Shelley Forsythe, you betcha.
You bet you, baby. Mhm.
She's
Happy
out
Sunday.
there. Good morning to the ambassador of all good things, Michelle Meyer.
Good morning to you. Hello, darling.
And Donna Cushing Cummings saying good morning from the cabin. Only 2 more weekends and they have to move out.
Yeah, so I guess they stay in the cabin.
It's like a rented thing for the winter.
So
Yeah.
they stay in the cabin.
Yeah.
And they love cabin fever, so that's what they do.
That's what they do
And then when springtime comes, they go back and
to their own homes.
start mowing grass and stuff.
That's right. Just like the rest of it.
Yeah.
And then we got Darby Ledbretter and Kathy out there saying good morning, y'all.
Good morning.
Good morning. Happy Sunday.
Let's see. Graham Andrews and Nicole, they're saying good morning.
Happy Sunday.
Let's see. We got the beautiful Sean Crawley saying good morning, Tiki Land.
Good morning.
And Randy Curd saying he just got off a cruise and howdy.
Howdy, Tennessee boy.
That's right. And then we got the beautiful Bill Crawley saying, hey, good morning, Tikis, from beautiful Apollo Beach, Florida.
Good
Nice.
morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, very nice.
Kathy Keefe Botterman saying good morning from New Hampshire. Good morning, sweetheart.
Good morning.
Yeah, happy Sunday.
And we got Laura Lou, your lovely wife. Lou is out there saying good morning. It's not normal for her to be up.
She's normally up. She's just not motivated and moving around yet. But
Right.
she was up and moving around when I left. And she listens
good.
to the show while she's cleaning.
Yeah, that's what she said. She said, I'm listening while I'm cleaning.
Well, there you go.
We got Bob Cummings saying good morning.
Good morning.
We've got April Deanne Dalton saying good morning, happy Sunday.
Good morning.
Good morning, sweetheart.
The rock star Beth Travers, she's saying good morning.
Good morning.
Happy Sunday.
And Kevin McAllister's out there.
Good
Good
morning.
morning to you. Edward Contreras, him and his wife Pat, and all their grandchildren.
Ed the train man.
Let's see, Michael Thomas is saying good morning.
The rock star himself,
I know.
too. Yeah, happy Sunday.
Frank Goddard's out there. Good
Hey,
morning,
Frank.
Frank.
Happy Sunday to you.
The beautiful cat Ferrara. She's out there saying good,
Good morning.
I just love talking to her.
And Andy and Brenda Goforth are listening. Saying good morning, bro. We're both listening.
Oh,
well, you're going to get to hear the story
You're
of
gonna
Danny's perspective of what happened this week.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
the Who Let the Pigs Out. I think you're really going to enjoy this story. But,
I think you will.
yeah.
I think you will. And then let me check out one more thing. People I missed. Harold Booth is out there. Good morning.
Morning.
Mike Whitley.
Good morning.
There. Brian Burns. And Fred Wonder. Good morning, Fred.
Hey, Fred. Happy Sunday to
I
you.
think we'll be seeing you soon down in Panama City.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Yeah, probably.
Probably. Well, he saved my life last year.
Yeah, well, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. Fred, I'll never forget that. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
He really did. My back pain, it was, whew.
Yeah, the truck
Anyway.
wasn't even cold yet till she decided to throw her back out.
I know. It was crazy.
Well, I'm not going to be able to do anything next 3 days. Well, that'll work out well for you.
Yeah, I'll just sit here and watch y'all work.
Well, the rule for this year is she's not allowed to carry anything over her body weight.
Yeah. Apparently.
I have to stop her all the time, like things she's bringing in away, and she
see?
knows better. She
Well,
knows better.
My mind thinks I'm Superman,
Yeah.
right?
Well,
Or Superwoman, right? And then my body disagrees with me.
yeah.
And let's see, Bill and Debbie Hass are out there. Good morning. And Bill, I
Good
hope
morning.
you're doing much, much better.
Yeah, he was a little under the weather there.
Well, his toe. and I hope he's doing much, much better. I like to say, tell Debbie to send me pictures. I need an update. We got Glenn Sontag out there. Sontag.
Good morning.
And we got Sheila Gavitt.
Good morning, Sheila.
And We Hunt. You know, that is Mo's sweet sister.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
She's visited us here before.
That's right, yeah.
We got Todd Sparks out here.
Todd Sparks?
Yeah.
Wow, I hadn't heard anything from him in a while.
Well, he's saying good morning.
He's from Panama City.
And Jason Whitler.
Hey, good morning, Jason. I got a few text messages here. Ben and Liz are listening here
Ben
in the
and
neighborhood.
Liz. Hey, you guys.
Good morning. It says, I'm so sorry to hear about your brother. All the love to you guys. Thank you so much for that, brother. I really do. Thank you so much. Miss you guys. Tiki Dave Roberts is out there this morning.
Well, good morning, Dave.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning
I
to
have
you, brother.
one more I need to say. Good
right.
morning to John Beck. He chimes in on
Well,
a different place. He just texts me personally.
Well, he sent me a text. He was going to be my next thing coming out of my lips. So good morning,
Good morning, John
Beck.
Beck.
Mr. Steel Pan himself. Happy Sunday to you, brother. And of course, Ed the Train Man is sending his normal Sunday text messages this morning. Good morning to you. Who we got on YouTube there, B-Dog?
Well, of course, you have our producer Monica's out there, and
Good morning.
let's see, Bobby McQueen, our island truck driver's out there this morning, saying good morning.
Hey, Bobby. Happy Sunday to you, man.
Beth Travers, the rock star, MFG Records, she's out there. She says she cannot wait for Panama City. She goes, I even love the word rendezvous.
Rendezvous.
Rick the
song.
Sticks out there, Patty with an eye.
Good morning, guys.
The beautiful Cat Ferrara is over here as well.
She's
the everywhere.
Listen, she is the beautiful cat.
And Tinkerbell's chiming in saying good morning. Happy
morning.
Sunday.
Morning, Tinkerbell.
April Dalton's out there. Good morning. She says happy Palm Sunday.
That's right. Next week is Easter.
That's right. Now, next week, we will not be on the show next week. So, next week
'Cause
is
it's
Easter. And, you should encourage you to go and spend some time with your families next week. Then we'll be back the following week. And I mean, we weren't going to do the show this week, but when we were talking about not doing the show, we weren't real sure about the arrangements for my brother at that time. And then, bam, it just happened the next morning. So, like I said earlier, I need some normalcy in my life.
Yes. Yes.
All right. Of course, we have Michelle Myers, our ambassador of all great things, and she is out there getting her miles in while listening to the show.
There you go. And we'll talk a
Fantastic.
little bit about that. The whole list, I'll make sure and put out the names of everybody that's going to be on this.
Of course, Glenn Soika saying good morning, Tiki Crew from Belmar, New
morning.
Jersey.
Good morning.
Morning, Glenn.
Good morning, brother.
And Dave Roberts is out there saying good morning from Tiki Dave and Teresa.
That's right. Tiki Dave and Teresa. And
Good morning, you guys.
yeah, Teresa, we didn't get to see you yesterday. Was it 2 days ago, right?
No, it was. Yes, it was 2 days, ago. Sorry.
Yeah. So,
Days run together.
Yeah. Good morning to you guys.
And somebody was asking Rick the Stick where he is today, and he says he's in Dyersburg, Tennessee.
Oh, wow.
No, he's not that far off. Happy Sunday to you. Dyersburg, that's out in no man's land.
He said he's 1.5 hours north of the BAR.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, again, most people that have grown up and live here in Tennessee, we don't really know what's past Nashville.
Nope.
So true. Like, what is that over there? You know, oh, that's Memphis. Oh, well, we don't know if it exists.
Yeah, and if you ever take that drive, you'll understand.
You'll
okay?
understand why. Yeah.
That's where you get the theory that the world is flat. 'Cause
Yes.
once you get past there,
Yeah.
that's all it is.
Well, you don't realize what a long,
It is.
narrow state this is, right? Long state.
It absolutely is. Good morning to Fred Questguard.
Good morning.
Hey, Freddie.
And scrolling up through, trying to make sure I didn't miss anybody that.
How about Verona?
Verona. Yes, I saw her
Verona's
come
out
in.
there.
Verona.
She is having so much fun.
Yeah.
Sam Haynes out there. Good morning.
Hey, Sam. Happy Sunday.
Sam Haynes.
Going through, I I think we've mentioned everybody.
Sewing.
Okay, cool. All right.
But of course, Verona actually said Laura and vacuum cleaner Tom were about the same. They're both cleaning during the show.
Let's see here.
Fantastic.
And good morning to Tom Clench. I apologize if I pronounced that wrong. Clench.
Yeah, Tommy Clench. Good morning to you. Happy Sunday to you. Well, you know, and I hope that guy is listening, because I got a song I'm going to play for him, kind of appropriate for this morning. But just, you know, what would happen if we lived in a grass hut? Anyway, happy Sunday, everybody. Welcome to Sunday Mornings with the Tiki Man. We're going to come back and I'm going to talk to you about the Who Let the Pigs Out. And if you have questions for the Tiki Man segment, now's the time to do it. Put it in there. Make sure you type in capital letters Ask, and then put your question in there if there's anything out there. All right, so well, let's get this day started off right the island way with some positive vibes right here at Tiki Man Radio. Happy Sunday, everybody.
We live in a grass hut, we eat coconuts. No cash, no stash, no frills. I said, listen, honey, we ain't got no money. How we gonna pay the bill? She said, sweetie, don't you worry, 'cause I'm pretty happy. We might be the lower class. We may be broke, but we can always have a toke, 'cause our house is made of grass. We'll huff and we'll puff and we'll smoke the house down. Bad times are gonna pass. No need to worry, honey, life is always sunny when your house is made of grass. So we smoke the kitchen and we smoke the walls. We smoke the whole darn joint. Yeah, life can be funny and it's always sunny from this here vantage point. So she rolled up the window, made a fat cigar. I sang her an island song. Then she took off her grass skirt without any effort, stuffed it in a water bong. Oh, we'll huff and we'll puff till we smoke the house down. Bad times are gonna pass. No need to worry, honey, life is always sunny when your house is made of grass. Class. We may be broke, but we can always have a toke, 'cause our house is made of grass. Oh, we'll huff and we'll puff and we'll smoke the house down. Bad times are gonna pass. No need to worry, honey, life is always sunny when your house is made of grass. When your house is made of grass. When her skirt is made of grass. When your lawn is made of grass.
Hello, this is the Barefoot Man from down here in the beautiful Cayman Islands. And guess what I'm doing? I'm listening to Tiki Man Radio.
My girlfriend just called, she said she's moving out. Didn't really want to hear what it was all about, so I just laid the phone down on the tile and started spreading on the lotion. She said she's taking the dog, she's taking cry me an ocean. But it's hard to feel bad on the beach. Trouble's just too out of reach. I'd muster a tear if I could, but I don't think it'd do me one dang bit of good. Out here with the sand and the sea, ain't nothing is bothering me. Maybe I should feel sad, but it's hard feeling bad on the beach. Well, now here comes a curvy one walking towards me. A big old smile and a little two-piece, and I've already started forgetting, oh, what's her name? She's pouring me drinks and she's stroking my hand. She wants me to help her work on her tan. Well, okay. No pain, no gain. Yeah, it's hard to feel bad on the beach. What a day, man, ain't it a peach? I'd muster a tear if I could, but I don't think it'd do me one damn bit of good. Out here with the sand and the sea, nothing is bothering me. Maybe I should feel sad, but it's hard feeling bad on the beach. She was always on my back about something, always bringing me down, down, down. And my old pal, well, he's got it coming. That tongue a wagging, but it's shagging, never ending money spending. Witchy woman's his problem now. Yeah, it's hard to feel bad on the beach. What a day, man, ain't it a peach? Just look at those beautiful eyes. I may be the luckiest man alive. This is just about as good as it gets, and she looks even better when wet. Maybe I should feel sad, but it's hard feeling bad on the beach. Yeah, maybe I should be sad, but it's hard feeling bad on the beach.
That's right. Even the worst beaches will never let you down. Happy Sunday, everybody. So,
So,
all right, let me get a couple things out of the way right quick. Let's see here. If you have a question you want to ask me, we usually take a couple of 3 questions,
we've got one already.
and we will get to those here shortly. We try to do that in the first hour of the show, but, you know, kind of keep them tame if you can. You know, if I can't talk about it, I won't talk about it.
Apparently.
So get those questions in the YouTube chat. We only take those from the YouTube chat. But I was thinking, I had a lot of time to think the last 2 or 3 days. I was thinking, you know, we need to hook up the phone line thing, and you could call your questions in directly.
Oh, yeah, you can totally do that.
There you go.
Yeah, now we're going to get down to the nitty gritty.
But here's
Oh,
the,
then
but
they,
here's the
they
thing.
put you on the spot.
If
yeah.
they call in and you got them on
You
the
have to
line to
answer.
talk it, you can't avoid the question.
I know.
That's
I know.
right.
You're on the
No,
hot seat. at that
but I
point.
can always hang up.
No, that's rude.
Because, you know, we have technical problems here all the time. So they can pop
You
up
know
at
what?
any given moment.
Let me
know.
tell you what he does to his sister. So his sister calls on the phone, and we're like riding down the road in the truck, and she's on speakerphone, and he'll say, you know, Judy will ask him a question, and then he'll all of a sudden say,
Yeah, I can't. You're breaking up.
You're breaking up. I'm gonna have to go.
When are you coming down to the lake house down in Gunnersville?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's his answer if he doesn't want to answer. Oh, we
Yeah.
got technical difficulties.
Yeah. Sorry, I can't hear you. You must be in a bad spot. I love you. Bye. You know, that's all I can. So, now then, I want to get to Michelle Myers has got this thing going on. And I'm sorry that I haven't been participating much in this, but it's been a busy week, okay? Let me go over here to the Tiki Man Radio page, because I want to make sure I mention everybody that's involved in this. Where are we at here? Man, we got all kinds of things going on here. She posted about it yesterday. Okay, so we put out a call for anyone that wanted to sign up and join the Tiki Man Radio race team. Okay, Tiki Man Radio race team. The 2023 Key Largo and Key West final round trip group. The responses were beyond our expectations. 22 team members, all right? So 22 team members are involved with this. We got Mo is part of this. Heidi, I can't pronounce that last name, Heidi, but Heidi is part of it. Danny Hoy, the world famous Danny Hoy. Rockstar Beth Travers, Kathy Ledbetter, Jean Hinders, Christina Herbert, Brian Herbert is going to be part of it. Donna Cushing Cummings is going to be part of it. Happy Sunday to you guys. Let's see here. Michelle.
Wow.
Yeah. Patty with an I. Let's see here. Christy Willard. John T. Willard, Jr. Dana Chesser. Dat Guy. Billy Keith. Let's see here. Billy Keith. Diane Collins, Tim Myers.
Whoa,
Yeah,
what about
we didn't
that?
mention the bodyguard and the ice cream man and all that. The cameraman himself, Amanda Cochran. Hello, darling.
Hello.
Tracy Trapp, Sarah Nelson, and of course Michelle Myers. That's a pretty good group.
That is a good group.
Let's see here. Over 200 miles this week alone. They have done over 200 miles a week this week alone on this thing that she's doing. So that's very cool. Very cool indeed.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So good job to our ambassador of all great things, Michelle Myers, who is head-upping that crazy thing. Everybody just runs and then accumulate it together, right?
I guess so.
Yeah. So good job. And let's see here. I think that's it. All the loose ends. All right. So now y'all have heard the stories of my family and where we come from, with out on Sand Mountain, out in the country, and when I was a younger man, my brother and I decided that we were going to raise pigs. Now, you could go to my Uncle Bonnie's house and his farm and get just about anything. He had pigs running around everywhere, chickens, and I've talked about getting the chickens in a bucket when we were kids. They were everywhere. Like before we went out and worked in the fields, or my job was because I was 10 or 12 years old, was to drive the fertilizer truck.
What kind of fertilizer?
Well,
Probably manure.
Yeah.
no, they called it sody.
Sody.
Yeah, but anyway, and then there was a thing on the back. You slid it up and you put the fertilizer in two 5-gallon buckets, and then you went out to the tractor. And these fields were long, right? So the rows would get shorter and shorter. It don't matter if it was a mile away. I had to take those buckets over there. And by the time I got back, got the fertilizer and got back, he was back on another row or whatever. So it was a good workout. But anyway, so we went to our Uncle Bonnie and said, "Listen, we want to raise some pigs." And he's like, "Are you sure you want to do this?" I'm like, "Yes." So at the time, I was living. He was in Flat Rock. Fabius is really the place that where my brother lived, and I lived in Rosalie at the time.
This is all in Alabama.
This is all in Alabama. Yeah.
Oh.
So see, he puts me down about Alabama, but he comes from Alabama too.
I spent a lot of time there. I'm a Tennessee boy. I didn't come from Alabama, but I sure as hell spent a lot of time there.
Yeah.
Because that's where our family was from, my
That's
mama's side. My dad's family's from Georgia. But anyway, so we decided we're gonna get. So we get 2 pigs. All All right, one each. All right, and
You and who?
Yeah, me and my brother Sam.
Sam.
Yeah, and we were convinced we knew what the hell we were doing. Okay, and so we went to my place, and what we were going to do is build a pig pen. We built a pig barn. We built a ramp to put have the pigs come out of the truck. Man, it was pretty. It was pretty. We put the fence up all the way around where the pigs are going to be holding at. You know, we even built a nice thing to go on the back of the truck. You know, that all made out of wood, of course. You know, the truck was like this. And so we went and got the pigs, and we bring them home to my place in Rosalie. Sure enough, the truck worked fine, the gate worked fine, the ramp worked fine, and then the pigs go down, and right up under the fence they went. Now, we spent a better part of a week and a half chasing these pigs. All right? There was a Jason farm next to mine in Rosalie that was, you know, probably about 500 acres or whatever. And these pigs, you know, remember now it's two female pigs against two brothers. Okay, and there's not an easy way to catch a wild pig.
And there's not much when it comes to female pigs.
Yeah.
Sows,
yeah,
they are stubborn.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not like you can lasso a pig.
Nope,
you can't do that because of the way they are. You know, you can't just grab a hold of them. You know, because you can't catch them. You know, so you got to figure out a way to catch these pigs. So I'm telling you, we camped out. We made plans. There was a point there where we were like, well, I guess we're just going to have to shoot them. You know, can't do that. All right, because we've already invested all this. We got to raise these pigs. So it come down to where we finally found them down in a creek. And we set this trap to where when they walked through, it would get around their legs, right? Well, that didn't work, all right? And then the next day, we set the trap a little better, about 3 days or whatever. We finally lassoed them around their legs to where we could get a hold of them and get them back in the truck and get them back to the house, you know. But that was probably, my brother Sam loved to tell the story about those crazy pigs because that was probably, we spent more time chasing those pigs together than we ever have doing anything in our entire life. Okay. You know, we built us a fire out there, and you know, we just stayed after it, man. We were determined these pigs were not going to get the best of us. Okay. Now, when we got them back, we put them back in the barn that we had built, you know, locked them in the barn. And then we learned how to build a real fence to keep pigs in.
That's right. That's right.
You got to put wood along the bottom, or they'll just go right up under it. And, you know, then you got to put rings in their nose so they won't root up under fences and stuff like that. I mean, we learned a lot, but I guess we learned what not to do to begin with. And but that's a who let the pigs out, you know, because it wasn't us. The pigs just ran away. Okay.
Yes.
And but we got them back, and you know, we went and told our Uncle Bonnie about it. You know, it's like,
What
well,
did Bonnie say?
how do you? He's like, I asked y'all specifically, are you sure you want to do this? How much time do you have? You know, because he would have sows and boars that were 500-600 pounds.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, as a kid growing up out there, they looked like dinosaurs to me. They were huge. And he was big time. I mean, it wasn't nothing for him to take a trailer load of pigs off to the sale or whatever, you know. So a big time farmer there. But that's one of our favorite stories that my brother Sam loved to talk about when it come to he and I. And you know, the other day when I posted about him passing away, I was talking about, you know, back then we didn't have two nickels rubbed together. We didn't. We cut our own firewood. We raised our own animals. We did all that stuff. That was the hardest living that I've ever done, which is, you know, now one of the hippie chicks, she talks about, you know, I want chickens, I want this. I'm like, not me. Not me.
He doesn't want any of it.
Not me. I've even showed her pictures of me back in the day, you know, with
He
overalls
was a
on
cutie
and
with
stuff.
his overalls. He wasn't no bigger than a minute. He was starving to death.
Yeah, I was starving to death because, you know, if you could get a potato to grow in the ground and you didn't have time to enjoy it, you say, here, kids, come here and eat this.
Slice of potato this many ways.
Build a fire. Let's cook it.
Ed says he just can't see you as a farmhand.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
Well, I've got pictures to prove it, Ed. I'll show them to you when you come. He was cute. He
Yeah.
was so tiny, though. I mean, he was like, probably looked like he was 100 pounds in a pair of overalls.
Well, you know, and I was thinking about this when I was up on the mountain this week, you know, because what pisses me off, what really pisses me off to drive across that mountain is to see all these telephone co-ops.
Yeah.
Okay? Back in the day, the telephone co-op ruled us by the long distance calls.
Yeah.
Now my brother Andy's probably listening, and you know he knows he
knows all about it.
He retired from the phone company after 40 years. I mean, you know, when he started the phone company, Ma Bell was a teenager. Okay, but anyway, you know, you couldn't call 20 miles away, you know, whatever. It'd be
that was
long
long
distance.
distance.
Like I couldn't call home and talk to mom and daddy because it was long distance.
I know.
Many a times I called collect.
If I drive from my house in East Brainerd out to the valley,
Yeah.
where you ran around,
Mm-hmm.
if I drove out there, to call home would be, or Flintstone,
Yeah.
it'd be long distance to
Long
call
distance.
home.
Yeah. Telephone co-ops.
And that's not far away. It's just a few miles.
Telephone farmers co-op is
Yeah,
what they called it.
telephone farmers.
Yeah. And yeah, but that was rough living, man. I'll tell you right now. I mean, my dad used to say that, man, y'all are the hardest working people being poor I've ever seen. But we had fun. Like I said, we get Miller High Life. You know, you get Miller High Life by the 12-pack, and we'd take that into the woods and go cut firewood. And, you know, we'd cut firewood, we'd have a beer, cut more firewood, and have another beer, you know. But, yeah, those were the days of who let the pigs out. It was not us. It was, you know, the damn fence that we didn't learn how to build, you know. But fences are very important, Flash.
Were they party lines? These telephone?
Oh, yeah, I remember the party lines.
Well, we
Yeah,
didn't
I-
have party lines. We couldn't afford to be a part of a party line.
Oh my! I remember working on a cattle ranch in western Nebraska. You pick up the phone, there'd be somebody else
On
talking,
the
and
phone.
they'd have to hang it up and go, "God, I can't call right now." Pick it up 25 minutes later, there's somebody
still
else
on the
there.
phone,
Or no,
yeah.
it's somebody else. It's hanging. You know, 4 hours later, you pick it up again. Oh, I finally got a little bit, and you start to dial, and somebody goes, "Is there you on the other line out there on that ranch?" Oh yeah,
Yeah, that is
trying
so
to.
familiar.
yeah.
Yeah.
So familiar.
I don't really remember the party lines.
Well, I didn't have what party line, but my little girlfriend that I went to visit all the time, Gail, and her mama and dad had a party line, and I would try to call my mom to come pick me up from Gail's house, and then this lady would be on the phone.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and she just kept on talking, and I said, "Excuse me, ma'am, I need to call my mother to come pick me up." And
Yeah.
she never would get off the phone.
Yes, I remember.
It was crazy.
It's funny when you go back home, things like I've noticed that the houses I remember when I lived out there, they're all run down and fallen in, so they just go behind that house and build another one.
Yeah, and they don't tear
They
the
don't-
old one down.
Well, that's storage building now. You know, we can put all kinds of stuff in there. We can't tear it down. You know, that's just how it happens out there. But
Oh my gosh.
yeah, everything.
Funny.
A lot has changed out there on the mountain, and still a lot is the same. And
Right.
I stopped at a little store in Flat Rock where my brother lived. Went in there to get me some water, and they had a little jar in there, you know, taking up donations for Sam,
That was nice.
and it was for the Flat Rock community. And then when we went to the funeral home, we had some flowers in there from the Flat Rock community. That's rare these days.
Yeah.
I mean, for a community to come together when somebody passes away like that's a dying thing, man. I mean, it's something that just doesn't happen anymore, you know.
I know.
But that was really cool, I thought.
It was very cool.
Yeah. Now I'll get to
The funeral.
I'll get to the redneck funeral here in just shortly. But do we have questions out there that we're going to come back to?
Yeah. Well, let's see. Patty with an I asked the first question. She said,
Well, wait a minute. We do have questions to come back to.
Yes,
right?
we do.
Okay.
Yes, we do.
All right. We'll come back and do those questions. Ask the Tiki Man. Make sure you put it in all caps, ask. That way it's easy for us to find.
She's got it.
But this song here kind of came to mind all week long. Mr. Jim Morris, the late Jim Morris. We sure do miss him, too. Happy Sunday, everybody.
Sometimes on days like this, when the mirror seems so unkind, I remember the kid just playing in the Georgia sun. His nose in a mystery book, playing pilot in a magnolia tree, shooting down those enemy fighter planes one by one, just pretending to be Mickey Mantle, hitting rocks in a field by the road, or Napoleon Solo, living the life of a spy. I wanted to sail the boat to Tahiti, wanna sing and learn how to fly, racing out of control down some open road, always dreaming and living till the day I die. I remember one Easter Sunday, waking up in a strange hotel. The whole night's a blank and I don't know where I am. In a diner crowded with families, all dressed in their Sunday best. A kid points me out and asks, Dad, what's wrong with that man? Sometimes life just taps you on the shoulder to remind you it's a one-way street. You need to do a post-mortem on the life that's just passed you by. I wanna sail the boat to Tahiti, wanna sing and learn how to fly, racing out of control down some open road, always dreaming and living till the day I die. Here's hoping that the end comes quickly when I'm a nimble 75, cut down by some young woman's husband who found where I hid. I don't want to be trapped in a deathbed, surrounded by all of my friends, with time to recall all those things that I never did. You just gotta jump into the arena, roll the dice, take some shots to the chin. You may lose sometime, but hell, you know you just gotta try. I wanna sail a boat to Tahiti, wanna sing and learn how to fly, racing out of control down some open road, always dreaming and living till the day I die. Just living till the day I die.
Hey, this is B-Man here at the Tiki House with
Jay Bangles from the Tiki House.
Now, who's our favorite radio station?
Tiki Man Radio, baby.
Tiki Man Radio, we love you!
And my silver lining ride is right on time. And as I buy myself a one-way ticket for somewhere else on down the line, as I see the lonely faces of the people that will never come home, and when I stare into the mirror, mama, see myself all day long. Oh, and did you ever stop to wonder about the times that you lay by your side, when you know that I was right, and you finally realized you took a left turn down a red light? Sunshine down on the desert, and it seems to make my life a haze. And I dream of my childhood sweetheart and the freedom that I had in those days. When I wake from all my dreaming, will this boxcar always be my lonely home again? Well, I don't know where I am, and I really don't give a damn. This crazy life of mine will soon be gone. Oh, and did you ever stop to wonder about the time that you lay by your side, when you know that I was right, and you finally realized you took a left turn on a red light? Well, it's 9 o'clock at this old station. Once again, the ride is right on time. And as I buy myself another ticket, Lord, for somewhere else on down the line. Well, I'll always be a rambler, with the ones I love always keep telling me, you stare too long in the mirror, son. Someday you'll be too blind to see. Oh, and now I'll stop my wondering about the time that she lay by my side. Now I know that I was right, and I finally realized I took a left turn on a red light.
It's a great band, Blackfoot. That's right. A little rock and roll there, but let's see here. I'll tell you this. We'll get to this redneck funeral. All right. Where's the hippie chick at?
I don't know.
I don't know. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and knock out these questions right quick. If you got questions that you always wanted to ask me, you always wondered or whatever, just put it in the YouTube chat there, and I'll do my best to try and ask these questions or answer these questions. Do we have one?
I believe, I'm scrolling back up to it. I think you kind of almost touched on it a little bit.
Okay.
Patty had a question. So she wanted to know where did you grow up and how many places have you lived?
That's kind of a lot.
Well, I tell you, Chattanooga's always been home. Even when I moved away, I would always come back here. I discovered Harrison Bay 25 years ago, something like that, or whatever. And it's pretty much where I've spent the last almost half of my life, right here in Harrison Bay now. But we lived in Kentucky. Used to work in E-Town, Kentucky. Lived in Louisville. Louisville's a great town to be a part of. And worked in E-Town. Lived in Knoxville for a long time, Knoxville, Tennessee. Another great place to live. And when I was living there, they haven't built all of what's called Turkey Creek and all that up there. But you're elevated when you're in Knoxville, so you'd get a lot more snow in Knoxville. Lived in Georgia for a little bit. I won't ever live in Georgia if I can help it again, because of the taxes there. But for a little bit lived in Georgia. Moved away to Kentucky, moved back to Georgia, and then lived in Tennessee till I bought this house. But pretty much always been here as a kid.
Where were you born, sir?
Where was I born? Right here in Chattanooga.
Where did you live with your mama when you were born?
3307 Rendezvous Drive.
That's right.
I still, they taught us when we were kids, they taught you two things first time you walked through the door. They taught you where you lived, what your address was in case you come up missing, and what your phone number was, right? They always taught you that. Our phone number was 423-825-0214, okay? And I lived at 3307 Rendezvous Drive in Lookout Valley.
That's right.
And when I came on, when I came into the scene, my dad was 40 years old. Must have been pissed off when I got here. Because
yes, he was.
I could imagine if I was 40 and a new kid came along like, damn it. You got to start all over or whatever. Everybody was pissed off. My brothers and sisters they all had one foot out the door trying to get the hell out.
I know.
My brother Andy was going off to college. Sam, my other brother, he moved down the street, lived with a neighbor, And, my sister Judy, we saw her periodically, but they all scattered to the winds and left me with them.
Because she was the baby.
Yeah, and then Mom and Daddy got a divorce when I was probably about 13, I guess.
Yeah.
And so I was born in the 60s, and the world and every world around me was pissed off about something. But back to my brother, I was telling that story earlier. I mean, that's what you got to do. You got to celebrate people's lives, okay?
Yes.
And I write a lot about it. And by the way, thank you for everybody that sent messages wanting to know where the morning post was. I wanted to post, listen, I got my own problems. You have to deal with your own today. But I didn't. I always write about, do what you want to do. My brother lived his life the way he wanted to. And everybody be damned, okay? He did what he wanted to do, stubborn to the very last minute.
Amen to
That's
that.
all I'm going to say about that.
Yeah.
But, he was a country boy. He loved being in Alabama. He was... that's just what he wanted to do. And he wanted to live on the land, and that's how he lived his life. And he did what he wanted to on his own trucking business, dump trucks and this and that and all this stuff. And it's not for everybody, but it was for him, and that's all that really matters.
Right. Edward Contreras says, how many of those Miller beers did you have before those pigs got out?
Well, I mean, it happened so fast.
Of course it did.
Yeah.
When they got out of when we took them down the very nice ramp that we'd built, and and back then we didn't have money for lumber, right? So you'd go tear down a barn. Mm-hmm. Somebody wanted a barn tore down, or we took, we went to the sawmill and bought sawmills. I mean, so these were sawmill 2x4s that you would use, right out of oak trees and stuff. Bend a 16-penny nail like it wasn't nothing, because it's so damn hard. We would tear down a barn and straighten out the nails
Straighten out the nails.
Straighten
now,
out the
I remember
nails.
when you told me this story.
Yeah.
It's like I can just imagine you hammering out a nail, trying to get it straight so you could build with it again.
Well, yeah. Well, you take all the nails out of the wood, right?
Sure,
And
yeah,
you put
right.
them in a bucket.
Right.
And then, later on, you would take those nails and you would straighten all those nails out and put them in another bucket. And then you got a bucket full of nails that you can use.
Built many a treehouse that way.
Yeah. Because, back then they made things better. The nails would last longer.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'd tear down a barn and build another one out of it, or build a fence, or this or that or whatever. So when they come down that really nice ramp, whew, right up into the fence they went. It's almost like they were sitting in the back of the truck like, all right, here's what we're going to do. As soon as we go down there, you see that little opening over there under that fence, we're going straight out there and we're not looking back.
Eric and Rick chimed in and said that they remember straightening nails too and reusing them. They had to do that too.
Sure, yeah.
And Verona, she said we had to straighten nails because her dad saved everything.
That's right, yeah.
And so did Beth Travers. Ultimate recycling. Isn't that the truth?
Yeah. Well,
I just learned how to make, little seed starter kits out of toilet paper roll holders. I thought, that's amazing.
I know. I'll be.
It is recycling.
I have this new home office upstairs, and I'll be in the middle of something. She'll come in and say, "You got to watch this. You got to watch this crazy guy.
Watch
you gotta
this crazy guy."
And he'll take coffee grounds and turn it into an apple tree.
No, he takes the coffee grounds and makes great fertilizer for it. And then he was showing how to make an apple seed and turn it into an apple tree, just by sprouting it, So I was like, I'm going to try that because I've got Mercer Farms is, what are those called? Pink Ladies. Yeah, Pink Ladies.
Those are good apples.
They really are good apples.
Man, those are good apples. All
No,
right.
Edward, I have not gotten my seeds yet, but I need to check the mailbox.
Yeah.
He sent me some cucumber melon seeds.
Yeah. Well, these Japanese cucumbers, I was thinking about these yesterday.
He wanted some.
I wanted to get some of those because, man, we had some of those at the Tiki Bar last week, and you put a little salt on them. Man, those things were delicious.
Well, I have a bag of, not, just a little one, but of a same style cucumber to grow.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there you
But
go.
I think those other cucumbers were some that were gotten at Costco.
So they're Costco cucumbers.
I think so. And they're in a little bag.
Well, he loved them. He
Oh,
was
those are good.
itching for some last night.
Any more questions?
Not that I'm seeing.
All right.
I think that was it for the questions today.
All right.
So now you can move on to the funeral.
Well, I'll tell that after we take care of our 11 o'clock
Oh,
sponsors
okay.
here. Here we go.
Are you looking to build your dream home in the beautiful Florida Keys? Look no further than Keys Custom Construction and Remodeling. Keys Custom Construction and Remodeling is a fully licensed general contractor, registered and located in beautiful Monroe County, Florida. Not only is Keys Custom Construction and Remodeling here to assist you throughout the build process, but we're also here to assist with the meticulous planning process required in building in Monroe County. We have the keys to building your dream in paradise. With over 100 combined years experience in construction in Monroe County, we have the ability to deliver all-style homes that conform to the high-velocity hurricane wind zone rating required in all of South Florida, including concrete block system stilted homes, traditional wood frame construction, as well as insulated concrete form construction homes. Be sure to follow us on social media and subscribe to our YouTube channel for future videos and more information. You can also visit us on the web at www.keysccr.com or call us at 305-204-6605 or click on the link in the description below. We look forward to hearing from you.
Are you looking for signs for your backyard oasis? Maybe for your tiki bar, or maybe you just want a pink flamingo in your yard. Well, let me tell you about Camys Grammys. That's what they do. Camys Grammys is just a beachy flamingo-loving girl from Wisconsin who's landlocked in Missouri and crazy about signs. Go over to TikiManRadio.com and click on the Camys Grammys logo and reach out to her. They custom fit signs to your order, made right here in the USA. That's Camys Grammys. Everybody needs a pink flamingo in their yard.
Baby, I'm gonna do my thing. But don't worry, you ain't got no diamond ring. Don't worry, everything we say and do. But don't worry, now we know who's fooling who. Don't worry, baby, don't you worry about me. But don't worry, I'm gonna be fine, you will see. Don't worry, everything will be just fine. But don't worry, well, I know you will never mind. What would you do if you couldn't find true love, love, love? And if it was sent to you from up above, I know this feeling we both share, baby. It feels like I don't care. Well, baby, you know that's not true. And in the end, it's you. So don't worry, baby, I'm gonna do my thing. But don't worry, you ain't got no diamond ring. Don't worry, everything we say and do. But don't worry, now we know who's fooling who.
You may think that I need you in my life, but if you're gonna be with me, you'll be just mine. Sit down and pay attention, 'cause maybe you'll learn your lesson. I'll give you a chance to prove you're a man. Don't take me for granted.
Baby, don't you worry about me. I'm gonna be fine, you will see. Everything will be just fine. Well, I know you will never mind. Excuse me, miss, what is your name? 'Cause I'm not into playing games. Well, I have had my eyes on you for some time now, and that is true. Let's go and take this day by day. With your love won't ever give me away. I know, baby, that we belong. Come on, baby, sing this song. Baby, I'm gonna do my thing. But don't worry, you ain't got no diamond ring. Don't worry, everything we say and do. But don't worry, now we know who's fooling who. But don't worry, you ain't got no diamond ring. Don't worry, everything we say and do. But don't worry, now we know who's fooling who. Don't worry, baby, don't you worry about me. Don't worry, I'm gonna be fine, you will see. Don't worry, everything will be just fine. Don't worry, well, I know you will never mind.
Go grab me a beer.
A beer?
You good? You light? Are you light?
I'm good.
Is your beer light? It's okay?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm good.
All right. I'll be right back.
across America. One day closer till my number comes. We gonna till the night is gone. It's a long ride home. It's a long ride.
Michael Franti there. Happy Sunday to you, everybody. Rise and shine. I left that door open. I thought the hippie chick would be back in here. But, yeah, there we go.
There she comes.
There she is. There she is. All right. So, a redneck funeral. I don't know if you ever been to a redneck funeral.
This is awesome.
B-Dog, you ever been to a redneck funeral?
Yep.
Of course he has.
So, first of all, it was, we're out in a place called Otter, Alabama.
Otter, Alabama.
Otter, by God, Alabama.
That's right.
And, so we pull up. Service was around 2 o'clock, and there's hot rods everywhere. Okay.
Hot rod.
My brother
hot
loved
rod cars.
Yeah, my brother loved hot rods.
And trucks.
Yeah, so they determined early on that everybody's going to bring their hot rods. And my brother Andy has all his cars are antiques anyway.
Not his brand new truck. It's
his brand new truck.
That truck is far from an antique.
Yeah, that new truck now, that's the XKG 9000 model.
For sure.
And it's
that's like a spaceship compared to everything else.
I know. I still don't. I don't think he even knows how to work all the buttons and whistles and everything. But
yeah.
Because I thought we saw it at the Turner Green Festival, right? Yeah, and he just got it. And we're all looking at it, and I'm like, well, how does it drive? He's like, I ain't drove it much.
But looks pretty sitting in the driveway.
Yeah. But he's got 2 or 3 hot rods, got a Corvette, his old trucks, he's got the Cadillac, all this stuff, the 55 Cadillac, all that stuff. He's got all these
beautiful restored old cars. He did. He restored them.
But he'd been working on 2 or 3 of them at one time, so they were all down. And we couldn't have got, I can imagine, putting Mama in the Corvette,
Yeah, no, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, so he wasn't able to bring his to the service. But anyway, so we get in there. Now, it wouldn't be a family gathering of any kind like this, especially a redneck funeral, if somebody doesn't come shackled by the police.
That's right.
Seriously.
Yes.
100%.
No, you walk in,
with leg shackles on.
It's just normal for me. I mean, a police car being parked out in the parking lot.
Yep.
Walk in there, there's my nephew. He's got shackles on, got his striped pants. Striped prison pants on.
Yep.
And a white T-shirt.
That's right.
And he don't skip a beat. Man, it's so good to see you,
And his legs are shackled, and he just give him a big hug.
Yeah, hugged his neck, went on in.
Wow.
His escort.
Yeah, his escort
was with him all the time.
His escort went with us.
Went with us everywhere. Yeah.
All right. Then the preacher gets up. We're all gathered in there. It's time for the service, right?
Uh-huh.
Now the preacher did a beautiful job. And
it's like Brother Igo, and you're sitting on the front pew.
You're going to heaven or hell, one of the two.
Yeah.
And we talked about that for a little while, and then it was time for us to start the proceedings to leave, right? And he says, now this is how it's going to go. All right, the hearse is going to come out. I'm going to be behind that. And then Miss Augustine, which is my mama. Tina. She's going to be behind us. And then all of the race cars and hot rods, and then the police car with the prisoner. And then everybody
the family,
behind that.
And then everybody else following behind. That's 100% true.
So then they play how they play this sad old music at funerals, and you got to listen to all that stuff, So
no.
So then,
not at Sam's funeral.
Not at Sam's funeral. Well, they did. They played all that stuff, And,
yeah, but wait for it. Preachers telling you got to get right with Jesus. So
right,
you're going to heaven or hell.
Right, and he gives the instructions on what's going on, and it's deathly quiet. It's like everybody's just really, really quiet.
Yeah.
And he says, now this will be the end of the service. Everybody go to your cars. And then starts playing
100%.
My brother
Leonard
wanted
Skinner, they call me the breeze.
Starts blasting through the funeral home.
And then, wait a minute.
And then my nephew, Tiki Dave, says, "Roll Tide!"
and then he punches Brenda and said, "That's your boy."
Yeah. Now,
That's
the funny thing is, my brother's first wife's name is
God.
Sharon, right?
Right.
And we have a cousin that lives over on the coast in South Carolina, and she had called her to let her know what had happened and all this stuff. And
Right.
she's on the phone with my sister, Judy, and she gets a text from Carolyn, and it says, now, my sister-in-law's name is Brenda, okay?
Yeah.
But she sends her a text and says, "I'm so sorry for your loss, Andy and Sharon."
Oh, I know. So then
My
Danny
brother's
had to call
first
him.
wife, right? So the whole so I lean over when Tiki Dave says, "Roll Tide," while Leonard Skinner's playing. Let's see here. It's like this, "Roll Tide," and I'll reach over to Sharon. Brenda was sitting next to me.
Yeah.
And I said, "Sharon, I think that's your boy doing that."
Oh my God.
So then we head off to Flat Rock to the cemetery.
Oh yeah, it gets better.
So we get down there. Now remember, the hot rods are behind. You got the hearse, my mama, and then and my brother Andy and Sharon. And then all the hot rods.
Yeah.
And
Police car.
Then a police car with the prisoner.
Then all the family.
So there's
and then the other people.
We get almost right in front of the cemetery. You got to turn and go in.
It's like a right,
and then back into
turn.
the cemetery. Right.
Right.
Well, all the hot rods do burnouts. Right
and
in front
there
of the
was the stinkiest smoke.
The whole
place out there was the
all the hot
stinkiest
rods,
smoke.
and they did that for my brother because he loved hot rods and all this stuff.
That's pretty brave with the police car behind you, too.
Oh, that guy didn't care. He's getting paid $50 an hour.
Yeah,
to escort the prisoner.
All righty then.
And he wasn't in no hurry to get back home.
Yeah. So they had to bring him up from Georgia, right? And the police escort, he's like, "Well, we can bring him, but it's going to cost you $50 an hour."
Yeah.
Well, okay, fine.
Okay, fine.
And so here we go. We get out. We go to the cemetery, and here's, my nephew's, in his shackles, and he gets to come over and sit down. So here we are. We're sitting with the police, the prisoner, and my mama, and then we wasn't there 10 minutes, and then they're like, "Okay." Because this is another thing that happens in the South, right? I don't care what's going on. I don't care if anybody's in the hospital, you at the funeral home. It don't matter. As soon as you go in, you do what you got to do, and then it's off to the kitchen to eat, right? Mm-hmm. So the preacher says, "Well, this concludes the service here at the graveside. We've cooked a marvelous meal here into the church." And man, it was like rats on a sinking ship for everybody to get. My mama gets up, grabs her walker, and starts going through the cemetery.
And Daddy's like, "Get in the truck. We're going home."
Yeah, that's what I tell her. I said, "All right, the truck's still running. All right, let's get the hell out of here."
Oh, man.
Patty Campbell says she's from West Virginia. That sounds like a normal funeral.
That's right, Patty Campbell. That's right.
Well, I'd like to make a comment that when your brother made it up to heaven, J.J. Cale came out of the corner and said, "I heard they played one of my songs at your funeral."
That's right. That's right.
Really?
Exactly.
He wrote that song.
Yeah, they call me the
They
breeze.
call me the breeze.
Well, there you go.
That was one of Sam's favorite songs, and he wanted it played at the very end as he was going out.
Bobby McQueen says, "I went to a similar funeral in Massachusetts. It was great."
This was so great. Let me tell you, I couldn't stop laughing. It was the best funeral. I mean, it really was. I've been to another one that was a Jimmy Buffett theme funeral, and that was pretty cool too. But this one topped it. This one topped it. It was really nice. Well, nice isn't the word. It was really funny.
Memorable.
Memorable. There you go. It's really memorable.
Well, I don't know if any of you guys know who Jerry Clower is.
I love me some Jerry Clower.
Absolutely.
Oh! Oh!
But he starts a lot of stories by saying, friends and neighbors, you just had to be there.
That's right. Friends and neighbors, she just had to be. I love Jerry Clower.
Leave it to Tiki Dave. Roll Tide!
I know, that was too funny. Oh my gosh. Oh, you didn't tell him his whole spread of flowers that that Brenda got for the casket was all Alabama Roll Tide, Alabama colors, and the houndstooth, everything, and the little Alabama flag.
Wow. Here's a little lesson for you. Okay, I'll tell you the moral of the story at the end of that story. But so we decided.
But you forgot to tell him the cell phone.
The what?
The cell phone that was Sam was laid out there in the casket.
Yeah, he had his
flannel shirt and overalls.
Overalls, flannel shirt, and holding his cell phone.
And so here's my thing. So they're burying. No joke. They're going to bury him with his cell phone.
Yeah.
And that thing was fully charged. Okay, so they're about to put him in the ground. It would be really crazy if somebody called him and that just went. You forgot about the cell phone. I mean, it just stops it all.
There was a lot going on, you know.
He wanted to be buried with his cell phone.
You know, I don't know why, because one of the, you know how you go on Facebook and memories pop up,
right?
And one of the funniest things I ever saw was my brother Sam, the first time he logged on to Facebook.
Yes.
And you got to remember, you know, flip phones and all this stuff, you know. And his very first message on Facebook was, hello? And it popped up on memories, and I was the only person commenting on it, you know. And I was laughing my ass off. I'm like, it worked. And then there's another one right above it, and this was 12 years ago.
Oh.
Okay, popped up on Facebook, and it was like, I'm trying to do this profile thing, but I can't figure it out.
Well, he wrote all that in his profile.
Yeah, in the message, I'm telling him how to load up a picture, you know, and that popped up on memories yesterday. I was like, wow, that's just crazy. But anyway, so back to the flowers.
Yeah, the flowers.
The XKG 9000 7400.
Alabama Roll Tide flowers.
Alabama Roll Tide. I mean, these things should have had Nick Saban's signature on the little flowers.
They really should, for as much as they cost.
Yeah, I mean, these were, you know, I used to think it wasn't very profitable being a flower business, but I got to tell you, friends and neighbors, it is. 600 and something bucks for the flowers that goes on the casket, right?
Right.
And it has to be roll tide.
Roll tide.
Has to be roll tide. And so the moral of the story is, don't ever call a florist 10 minutes before they're getting ready to close. They're going to get you know, because, you know, Brenda ordered them, right? And if I'd have ordered them, I'd have been, well, can we set that up on payment plans?
No, they don't take payment plans, honey.
So we all split the cost, but yeah, those were the, man.
I'm surprised they didn't try to get Nick Saban for the eulogy.
Yeah, me either, you know.
Edward said, how do you think he's going to wish people happy birthday if he don't have his phone?
I understand.
That's right.
Yeah, that's what he wanted, and that's what he got. Again, my brother lived his life the way he wanted to and did what he wanted to, which kind of runs in our family.
Oh, you think?
You think?
I was going to say he needed a cell phone so he could still vote.
When they started, so John Beck was chiming in, and I'm going to answer you right now, John. So the funny thing is when after Brother Eider was talking about, you know, you better get right with the Lord, and then then he cut that off, and then they just started playing Leonard Skinner. They call me the breeze. I had to duck my head, or I was going to lose it. I was laughing so hard, I had to duck my head and just start shaking my head because I was just going to belly laugh the whole thing, and I felt like that was kind of irreverent. So so I just had to kind of hang my head like.
Yeah,
it's just dying.
It was different, I'll give you that. But it really kind of broke things up. And then, but the preacher's instructions to me was the funniest part.
Oh, yeah. And we're going to have a prisoner.
He's holding his Bible. You know, he just, you know, preached his heart out. And, you know, the guy played on the guitar, all these sad songs and all this stuff. And now, friends, this is what's going to happen next. You know, the hearse is going to be the lead car.
Yeah.
We figured that, right? And Miss Augustine is going to be behind me, or I'm going to be behind the hearse. Miss Augustine's going to be behind that, and then all the the hot rods and race cars, and then the police car with the prisoner. Okay, and then everybody else just get in line. Okay.
Did he have his lights flashing?
No.
Okay.
No, he was just part of the procession.
Yeah.
You know. Well, yeah. I mean, he had his lights, hazard lights flashing, not the police lights.
Was it a real squad car?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, and he was locked up in.
Locked up in there. No joke.
So nobody ever said why he was being detained.
Well, we're not going to say.
Yeah,
we're not going to talk about that. But it's been for many years. So
yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah.
So how about a little Jerry Clower?
Schools in the Southwest Conference is Texas Tech at Lubbock, Texas. I had the privilege of going to a football game out in the high plains of that great state one time to see Mississippi State play Texas Tech. Whoo, I ain't never got so excited in all my life, because when they score a touchdown, they shoot a cannon. Boom! Smoke goes everywhere. And out of a chute down in the end zone, here comes a fella dressed up. They call him the Red Raider, and he looks like Zorro. Boogity, 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 boogity. Round that field he's coming. That's right. So I thought I'd go see Mississippi State and Texas Tech play. The rules say that 2 officials from the Southeastern Conference must be in the game, as well as 2 officials from the Southwest Conference. So Butch Lambert was one of the referees from Mississippi what come over here to help call the ball game. I'm sitting up in the stands. The game is nip and tuck. The stadium is full. It's a beautiful Texas night in Lubbock. Texas Tech is on the 6-yard line. This referee from Mississippi, Butch Lambert, is standing looking down the 5-yard line, and the fullback for Texas Tech run off tackle, cross that line, and Butch Lambert thought it was a goal line. He made a mistake. He threw both hands up, touchdown. Boom! The cannon went off. Boogity, 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 boogity. Here come that horse. Boogity, boogity, boogity. But the man was on the 5-yard line. Butch Lambert was just standing there. He said, "Time out." He broke and run over to the Texas Tech bench, put his arm around that coach and said, "Coach King, I have messed up. I'm sorry as I can be. We ain't done nothing to you. It's still second down on the 5-yard line and goal to go. And I'll stand here and talk to you long enough to give your bunch time to remount and reload."
There's always a chance. A tiny spark
listening to Tiki Man Radio, your coastal Americana radio station. Everybody should be this happy. Have a great day, everybody.
Sandy piece of heaven I can call my own, captured by its beauty, none I've ever known. Words won't do it justice, treasure hard to find. Images of years gone by are painted on my mind. Back porch to the water, life and time moves slow. Sound of the ocean, music in my soul. Quietly reminds me of sunsets come and gone. Back porch to the water, life and time move slow. Sound of the ocean, music in my soul.
So
there we go. All right.
Well, I got one more piece of the story that we forgot to tell.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hold on a second here. Let me get this back over here. All right. There we go.
All right. So Andy and Brenda reminded me that as we were driving away from the church and going on the way to from the funeral home, to the church cemetery.
Yeah.
She says, "Don't forget that when we were in our car, Tina is Danny and Andy's mama, and Sam's mama. And when we were in the front seat, she was in the front seat as usual, and we were leaving the funeral home, and she somehow managed to hit the recline button for the passenger seat, and down she came into my lap in the back seat, and we had to stop the procession and get out and put her back upright."
Really? Wow.
Oh, that's awesome. I love it.
Well, it was a long procession.
It was a long procession.
Yeah, with hot rods and police cars and all that stuff. But
that was awesome.
Did it go through town?
Well, there are no towns. There's little places that have four-way stops. And so we left Eider, and the next town is where he lived, which was Flat Rock. And then, we took off over towards, he actually lived in Fabius, but...
there are all these little bitty towns on top of the mountain in Alabama.
But he was buried next to his daddy.
Yes.
Yeah, it was something.
It was quite a trip. A trip.
We don't do nothing normal.
No.
Okay.
No. Quite a trip.
Yeah, but I mean, if it was my funeral, we were talking about this. I'm like, I would be the same way. I mean, I'd want everybody in hats and sunglasses and flip flops.
Right.
I don't care if it is January.
That's what I said. What if it's January?
Yeah. Oh, me. It was. We lost sound there for just a second, but I got it. I'm always watching the meters. I'm always flying the plane. We run into little turbulence. I don't really know what's causing that. I haven't had a time in the last 2 or 3 weeks. We have been, when I say we, I mean me, I've been out working outside. I got to replace the firewall. You got to remember, I have the biggest deck.
He loves to say that.
And the wall, that's damn near 50 feet. So I got that done. The Ed, the train man, what did he call it? The guest room is going to be called something now. We're going to have to get Camys Grammys to make a sign to go on the outside of the door.
The Paradise Way?
No. He was talking about something with the guest room. But anyway.
Up in smoke management.
I don't know. I can't remember what he was. He if he's listening, he'll probably tell us. But the deck has been framed out.
Yes, I sent him pictures.
Yeah, and the decking, all the wood comes in Tuesday. And then I'll get it decked and then start building the corner around and putting up the privacy fence and all that stuff. What is it? What you got over there?
Well, Nicole Hall said the Tiki Man has a huge deck. I've seen it.
I love it when she says that.
That's too funny.
Yeah.
You do kind of have another Ask the Tiki Man kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
Mo Cephas is out there.
Oh, hey, Mo. Hey.
And, you play these videos during the songs and stuff of, exotic locations and things. And she wants to know, do you know where some of these places are?
I do. Most of the ones that are the ones that I like, and a lot of them are from Belize. Obviously, I play a lot from Key West. I haven't played much of those this morning, but the background scenery is from Belize and somewhere in the Caribbean, or whatever you want to call it, but try to make it as tropical as possible.
Oh, Ed chimed in, the Paradise Way Suite Veranda.
Oh, that's it.
I knew it was the Paradise Way.
I knew it was some kind of fancy damn name, and I couldn't think of it off the top of my head there, but...
Yes, we need a sign for that.
The veranda. Yeah, and I was just out talking to little Reese because the crock pot is plugged up into the tiki bar. Which,
yes.
What you got in there?
I made a big pot of, we're going to just refer to it as a, let's say, leek and potato, cream, ham, celery soup.
Yum. That sounds amazing.
Well, sounds good. Anyway, it's plugged up, but I was talking to her. I said, I was explaining to her what I was going to do with the deck, and I said, I'm going to put a privacy fence on the far wall,
Yeah.
And she's like, well, you have to plan ahead for nakedness. I'm like, yes, you do. Or she didn't skip a beat. She's like, well, they might, in case they want to get naked. I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? You got to think of what a drunk might do. But
absolutely.
But it's going to be very nice having it all connected, and then we're going to put concrete sidewalk.
So the Tiki Man and the hippie chick are going to concrete their own sidewalk.
Yeah.
We learned how to do it on YouTube.
Yeah.
This is going to be awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. Yeah.
Where the pavers are out there?
Yeah, where the pavers are now, we're gonna make our own concreted sidewalk.
Yeah, so we got to rake it all down and then frame it out and then put the concrete in, and then it will turn, when you and go in there like that, and then put some flowers and stuff, on each side of it. Make it nice. It's gonna be, and then now we'll be able to have some of those hanging lights like we got outside the tiki bar, and in that area when you walk
Just
in, you know,
kinda
so it's not so
welcome you.
dark.
Yeah,
you know.
welcome you to the Tiki Bar.
Mhm.
Be like a little neat little entrance.
Absolutely. So, Class, how was your week?
I laid down about 20 pounds of grass seed, and I put 2 tons of sifted topsoil in the back of my 1-ton truck, drove it up that long, steep driveway, and wheelbarrowed it up to the top portion, one wheelbarrow at a time.
Oh, my goodness.
And I am beat up.
I bet you are.
We got that nice Friday rain, and then yesterday I kind of was also watering on top of it. I'm hoping to get the grass to grow where no grass has grown before.
Well, there you go. There you go. Well, I got out and mowed the yard. We had a hell of a storm come through here Friday night.
Yep.
And, I mean, you know, we got to do the whole tornado thing.
Yep.
Well, and I had to. I actually called and woke them up because their thing doesn't go off.
Well, why don't their thing go off?
Well, I've got to fix.
Why don't you fix that?
I got to fix Larissa's phone.
Apparently, I think it will now. We went through the
settings. It's in the settings.
It was in there, yeah.
Emergency.
But you know what? There wasn't that much rain because I thought for sure I was going to get up and all of what I did was going to be washed down into the driveway, but it wasn't. So we didn't get a torrential rain fall. We just got a lot of wind.
Well, when the tornado alarm goes off on your phone, then you got to get up. You got to come down here. You got to butt dial my sister. You got to.
I did butt dial your sister. She called me yesterday while I was planting my bulbs out on the front patio, and she said, "Honey, what did you want to tell Danny Lynn to come and do at 4:54 this morning?" And I'm like, 4:54? And she goes, that would have been 5:54 your time. And I'm like, oh, it was a tornado warning. I was trying to get him to come down to the basement because he's real stubborn about that. And I was like, come on, we got to go to the basement, you know. And she said, well, apparently you butt dialed me, and I heard you sitting there yelling at Danny, come on, we got to go to the basement. I didn't know I did that.
Mm-hmm.
Patty Smith is out there, and she says that she on her funeral will be a big Pink Floyd rock concert with the main song being I Have Become Comfortably Numb. And when they carry me out, when they carry me out because I ain't going to be any more number than what I've been in. I was like, oh my gosh. And then she said, and then we'll all sing I Wish You Were Here.
Yeah. There you go. Well, I mean.
That's a good one.
You know, you go to a lot of dull funerals, but you don't do it in my family, apparently. So,
no.
Hey, we got 2 or 3 things coming up here where we, there's a lot of things floating around out there about Key West this year with trop rocking on Duval and all this stuff,
right.
You know. People trying to create something that we already had. Okay?
Right.
I don't get it, but just remember the main event in town is the Tiki Man Radio Songwriter Showcase Key West Bound. Okay? And, we're kicking around different things. Rick, those guys at Rick's and Fred and all of them, they're wanting to do street parties, have a street concert and do all this stuff. I don't know if that's going to happen this year. That may be something we need to really plan for next year. But they are all in this year about making this a big deal. So
great.
But next coming up is Panama City Parrot Head Rendezvous, and that'll be our 8th year of broadcasting that, April 20th through the 23rd, which is Talladega weekend. Damn. I'm going to have to record that and watch it again.
Yeah.
And we want to announce that Pirate Vinyl Designs is coming back on as a sponsor for that.
I'm excited to see those guys again.
Yeah. And so we sealed that deal this week, and amongst everything else we had going on. So they'll have and we'll be back on the water side.
Yes.
Our waterfront property on the beach, we clarified that with Jeff. I made sure I got him on the record saying that on the video. and they'll have a tent right next to us. Looking forward to finally seeing our Tiki Man Radio tent. I haven't taken it out of the box yet.
I know.
Well, that's April 20th, 23rd. Make sure you stop by, say hi to us all down there. Our 8th year broadcasting that. Don't know how many more years they're going to keep doing that, so you need to get down there and check it out. And then, of course, we got Mexico coming up immediately following that with our trip down to Mexico, May the 2nd through the 6th.
That's right.
So looking forward to that. And then we will really start ramping up Key West as we head in that direction. And really this particular year, I'm going to need everybody's help, our volunteers, people that we're working with, all of you. If we share anything about an event, especially Key West this year, please share it. Take it, share it to all your Parrot Head clubs. Help get the word out, because there's still a lot of people that think that Me and Mine's moved to Gulf Shores. There's nothing going on in Key West. Well, there is, all right? And we were the first to announce that. Now everybody else is kind of jumping on to come back to Key West and do what we already had. Which was,
but that's okay. We're still. Yeah. I mean, we're just going to roll along, and we're going to have a good event.
Yeah, absolutely. So, but we'll start ramping that up when we get back from Mexico. Still a little early. There's a lot of things that are being thrown out there with this and that and all kinds of stuff. But we're not too worried about all that right now because we got our own stuff we got going on with Panama City and Mexico, right?
Right. And then we've got the summer party between.
Oh, yeah. We got the summer party after that, I mean, and I want everybody to make sure they come to the summer party. We got here it is right here. We got Steve Hopper is making his return to the Tiki Bar. He played here in 2014. And speaking of my mama, she was her husband was still alive then. And we set Mama and Ed up right next to the stage, and they were dancing.
That's so sweet.
They were dancing.
You got pictures.
Yeah, I got pictures of Mama and Ed dancing right there while Steve Hopper was playing the steel pans and all that. They had a great day that day. These are the things that you look back on later and you're like, man, I'm glad we did that. So he's making his return, Steve Hopper, 3 to 6. And then the headliner that day is a Jonas Lawrence Band, 6 to 9. Normally we have, and Bert Herbert will be here as well.
Yeah.
And who knows who else? You never know who else is going to show up.
That's right.
But we're looking forward to having everybody here. We are working around the clock around here getting things ready, and I'm just looking at how pretty that deck looks. It's going to take me a lot of pressure washing to get it back to that color.
I know.
That looks beautiful.
That deck looks beautiful.
Yeah.
We need to pressure wash it again.
Well, I got to wait till after pollen season.
Absolutely.
But looking forward to having everybody. We got a new JBL Legends Travel moment coming up here shortly. And it's Joe talking about how he got started in all this and actually what he does. So that'll be interesting. We'll see how that goes. What else we got going? What do you guys got going on the show this week there, B-Dog?
Well, this week we're going to have a guest. Slayton Dooley's just going to come in the studio and hang out. We're going to have fun. And
I love Slayton.
He doesn't travel too far without his guitar or a banjo or something. So I'm sure we're going to get a song or two out of him along the way. And,
that's exciting.
Yeah.
I love Slayton.
Yeah, absolutely. And then Alan Jacks Bowers is going to join us
at the end of April.
In April when we get back from Panama City. So he'll be in the studio. He'll be in Nashville. I just sent him the address this morning, as a matter of fact. So I'm looking forward to that.
Hi, this is Kelly, the concierge girl here in Key West.
And I'm Keith.
And we specialize in A to Z concierge services. Think of us as your personal assistant and friend in the Florida Keys. From champagne and grocery delivery to extravagant lifestyle setup, we offer everything from baby rentals like cribs and strollers to luxury beach setups to make your day at the beach more relaxing. We specialize in water excursions, itinerary planning, small event planning, and small wedding coordinating. Celebrating a milestone? Call us to do your setup and decorating and deliver your gifts to make your day an unforgettable memory.
All of our partners are exclusively handpicked by Kelly and myself to make sure you only get the best of the best. We service visitors as well as locals. Tune into our podcast, The Local Side of Key West, to learn more about how to do Key West like a local.
You can find us online at theconciergegirl.com or on Instagram at Kelly the Concierge Girl. Listen to the podcast on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. We are your one-stop shop. Relax, we'll do the rest.
That's Kelly, the Concierge Girl, Tiki Man Radio's personal assistant in Key West. Reach out to her at 301-997-4636. That's 301-997-4636. And make your trip to Key West extra special. Relax, she'll do the rest. We all know that old age desire of chucking it all and running away to paradise, right? What if you did that when life threw you a painful curveball, only to discover that the biggest surprise waiting for you within the change was yourself? In the brand new hilarious book, Seedy Places by R.B. Kunk, we meet Nick Skolansky, who winds up in Key West. While there, he steps outside his comfort zone, which is what we should all do. Make unexpected friends and learns how to see life, people, and himself in a whole new light. The book is equally a story of Key West's effect on you and the story about friendship. Hopefully, as you read this story of change and discovery, you'll also laugh, reminisce on great times you've had, and be inspired to take a chance on a dream. Everyone has a special place they escape to when they want to get away. Maybe like Nick, you will discover a brand new you. The brand new book, Seedy Places by R.B. Kunk, is now available on Amazon. You can go over to TikiManRadio.com and click on the book cover and order yours today. Escape to paradise and find a brand new you in Seedy Places with R.B. Kunk. Now available on Amazon. Keep listening to Tiki Man Radio, TikiManRadio.com, your coastal Americana radio station, and escape to paradise every day. You know, last year, Tiki Man Radio's family and friends went down to Montego Bay, Jamaica for the very first Tiki Man Radio Escape to Paradise in Montego Bay. Traveling around with JBL Legends Travel was a fantastic time. We all had a great time. This year, we're going to do it all over again. Guess where we're going? Mexico! That's right, baby. We're going to go get us some tequila south of the border. That's the second annual Tiki Man Radio Escape to Paradise in Mexico. May the 2nd through the 6th, all-inclusive resort at the Hotel Uriu. You can go to TikiManRadio.com and click on the banner and get signed up today. Now, don't waste any time. Don't cheat yourself out of a good time like you did last year, okay? Go ahead and reserve the room. $100 reserves the room, and it's fully refundable. Tiki Man Radio Escape to Paradise, Mexico, 2023, May the 2nd through the 6th. Contact Joe Leo at 732-831-5200. Don't get left behind and don't cheat yourself out of a good time. Tiki Man Radio, come and party with us south of the border in Mexico, baby, 2023. And now, Tiki Man Radio is proud to present the JBL Legends Travel Moment with Joe Leo. Take it away, Joe.
Good morning, everybody. It's Joe Leo here at the JBL Legends Travel Group with this week's Travel Minute. And today what I want to talk about is something I never really talked about before. How did I get involved in the travel business? And what do I do all day long? So let me start off with how I got involved. First of all, I was in the corporate world for about 30 years. I was a director of sales and marketing for two different companies in the medical field. And then I took over as the director of marketing for a very large hospital here in New Jersey. And I left there, it's almost 5 years ago now. I had the travel agency, was a part-time hobby, only because we liked to travel. And when I left the corporate world, I decided that we would jump into this full-time. So we do have an office here in the house, as you can see. We did have an office outside in a brick and mortar location. But then when COVID hit, we closed that because nobody was traveling, wasn't paying rent. But the reason I got involved in travel was I always loved to travel, and because being in the corporate world, I did a lot of traveling. But the main reason was that 11 years ago, my wife and I decided that we wanted to have a destination wedding. So we started to make some calls and talk to a couple of travel agents, and there was nobody out there that really could handle what we wanted. So I said to my wife, I said, no, we can do this ourselves. Let's just do it. And that's something that I recommend at all because there's a lot of moving pieces to it. But we pulled it off. We had about 50 people. We rented buses to take the people from the hotel to where the wedding was and then back to the reception and all that great stuff. We organized the airlines. We organized the dinner parties and all that. But while we were there, and we spent another week there with a bunch of our friends, while we were there, I said to my wife, I said, you know what? Why don't we start a travel agency? We'll just do it part-time from home, we'll build it up. And once we get it to the point where, it replaces my salary or your salary or whatever, then we'll go full-time into it. So that's where we are right now, and that's what's happening. And I've been involved here full-time for 5 years, working every day here in the home office. So what do you do all day long? Well, most of the time, I'm working on quotes for people. As you know, I do a lot of groups. So there's a lot of moving pieces. So let's say it's a cruise. The first thing I need to do is I need to block out cruise space for them. Then we need to deposit those original group cabins that we locked up. So if it was 10 or 15, we have to reserve those and deposit those. Then I work with the group, similar to like what we do with the Tiki Man Escape to Paradise. So if it's a cruise or it's all-inclusive resort, it's about the same thing. So during the course of the day, what I do is I work on the logistics. How are we getting people to there? What are we getting when they get there? How are we getting them from the airport to the hotel or from the airport to the ship? And then constant emails back and forth. It gets a little more involved when we're doing people out of the country, like Italy. I just worked on a big trip to Italy for a group of 10 people. And we're flying them to Rome. And when they get to Rome, we're getting them transfers. That's going to take them to their first hotel. And then at that hotel, they'll be set up there with breakfast and dinner, whatever. Then we're getting them from there. We're setting up sightseeing tours of Rome. Then we're getting them from there to their next stop, which is going to be Naples. So it's a matter of putting all the pieces together and organizing the trip. So that's what I kind of do all day long. A lot of people think that it's very simple to go online and say, oh, this is Expedia, and I can do this, and this. And then you get there and you see all the pieces that are missing. That's why it's very important to work with a travel agent, because we provide all the missing pieces. We know from A to Z where you're going to be, how you're going to get there, and all that great stuff. The other thing is we protect you. We protect you all along the way, because if there's a problem with the flights, as some of you know, you've called me and I've been on the phone with airlines, or if there's a problem with the hotel, we can straighten those problems out right away. You book on an online agency, the only thing you're getting is your credit card number. That's all you are. And you call them, you're on 800 number, you're on hold forever and ever and ever before you finally get somebody. And 9 times out of 10, they don't know anything because they're just a sales agent in the office and they got to go to the higher ups to get it corrected. So those are the kind of things I do all day. I am on call 24 hours a day, no matter where I go. My office phone is always transferred to my cell phone. I always take my laptop computer with me. I mean, I had a client one time I was down in Florida at the condo, and they were supposed to be leaving on a trip to Italy and Greece. And the wife, I think I'm going to mention this when we're talking about travel insurance, the wife fell in the parking lot of her job and broke her shoulder in 3 places the day before they were going to leave. So they called me and they said, we can't make the trip. We have a problem. I said, there's no problem. So immediately I got on the computer, canceled their reservations, contacted the insurance company, got all the forms, sent that over to the couple for them to fill out and get back, and they got all their money back, and then planned their trip again 6 months down the road. So anyway, that's kind of how I got involved. It's a short story I could tell you forever and ever and ever, and what I do all day long. So hope you have a great weekend. This is Joe with the JBL Legends Travel.
Thanks, Joe. Always travel with someone you trust. JBL Legends Travel and Joe Leo. Reach out to him at 732-831-5200. The official travel company of Tiki Man Radio. This hour of the show is brought to you by JBL Legends Travel, who is always one phone call away from anywhere. They're also sponsor for Tropical Country with B-Dog and Lou on Wednesday nights between 7 and 9. JBL Legends Travel. Always travel with somebody you can trust. They are one phone call away from anywhere. Reach out to them at 732-831-5200. MFG Records Tropical Division is a live cam for B-Dog and Lou every Wednesday between 7 and 9, streaming live on the YouTube. MFG Records, that stands for Music for Grownups. They work with each individual artist to take them to the next level. Reach out to Beth Travers and Dave Sines today and take your music to the next level. MFG Records Tropical. Goaltending Services, our good friend Gypsy Travel will take you out to the sandbars of the Florida Keys. It's time to get off the bar stool and try another bar, a sandbar for a change. Get to go to the places that Tiki Man Radio and the crew get to go. With GTS Services, reach out to them at 305-916-0990 and go out on a sandbar today with Goaltending Services. Our good friends, Gypsy Travel. Reach out to them today and have some fun. Tell them the Tiki Man sent you. That's right. Get off the bar stool and do another bar, right? Go out to a sandbar. That's the best way to do it. If you have never experienced Key West out on the water, you haven't experienced Key West. All right? Keep that in mind. Make sure you reach out to Gypsy Travel. Now, so I had a lot of requests, and I was talking to my sister, and she had never heard this story about us fishing in Dayton.
Oh my goodness!
And I wanted to. Make sure that Andy and Brenda are still listening. Okay.
Okay.
And but I told her that I would play this for her during the show, and then I got a lot of requests of people want me to do this or do that or whatever. But I wanted to play this for you and make sure that everybody, those have been listening a long time, have heard this story before. You probably haven't heard it.
I haven't.
Yeah. But anyway, I don't know if they're still listening or not, but I'm going to play it anyway. Let's see here. And this is for my sister Judy, who, by the way, was left out of the obituary.
She wanted you to say that.
She wanted me to make sure that I mentioned that, and and then of course my name was wrong in the obituary as well.
That's okay.
It's Danny Lynn Goforth, and that's not my name. And, but you got to understand what we're dealing with. Tried to give you a precursor to what happened, So, but anyway, all right. So here we go. Yeah, and I think a lot of people were going to stay yesterday, but we got up early, hit the ground running, and went and got some breakfast down here at Dockside, and then we went on this journey to get some fishing license and crickets.
Oh boy, here we go.
Now, I just want to tell everybody that's listening in the immediate area here that the Dayton Bait and Tackle Shop does not have crickets or fishing license.
Now, how do you not have crickets or a fishing license and you're a bait and tackle shop?
Well, not only that, you are the center point for the bass tournament in the whole state of Tennessee.
That's right.
And, it was like, I'm going to write a book one of these days called The What the Hell Moments. And this was definitely a what the hell moment as I went to tell her, I said, hey, I'm going to get some crickets and we need to get a fishing license. We don't have any crickets. I'm like,
you don't have any crickets?
And of course my immediate response was, well, what the hell? It's a bait and tackle store. I said, well, can we get some fishing license? We don't do that here. I'm like, you don't have fishing license at the bait and tackle store in Dayton? And about this time, she's recognizing that my blood pressure is going up a little bit, right?
Oh, definitely.
Bass capital of Tennessee.
Like, Danny, quit embarrassing me.
Yeah, so she's like, it's okay. I'm like, it's not okay. They don't have crickets at the bait and tackle store.
You got to go to Walmart.
I think this is a problem.
We got to go to the Walmart.
I said, so why do you not have fishing license? But because now I'm curious of what they don't have, right? And
we don't have beer.
She's like, she says, we don't have anything you want. We don't have fishing license. We don't have crickets. We don't have beer. We don't have cigarettes. We don't have nothing. I'm like, well,
what kind of joint is it?
You might want
water, and you're a bait and tackle.
Yeah, you are a bait and tackle
on the water in the middle, and out in the parking lot, they had the whole parking lot roped off for the big stage where they're going to announce the bass tournaments this weekend. And I would think that somewhere along the way, now, so I asked them, I said, how long have you been in business? She said, well, we've been here for about 5 years. And I'm like, in 5 years, you haven't been able to get fishing license at the bait and tackle store? And so it come down to a $3,000 printer. And of course, I'm like, in 5 years, you couldn't afford to buy the printer. Come on, man. Come on!
Yes, but then we go up to Walmart and get a license printed off a regular printer that costs probably less than $100
right
on a sheet of paper.
Yeah, that's the way they're doing it nowadays. They don't have.
And I got frustrated, and then the last thing we want to do is go to Walmart. Okay.
Hate Walmart
because we were overdressed. We didn't have our pajamas on or nothing, and we knew we were going to stand out in a crowd, and we did. We walk in, and immediately there's a guy in his pajamas, looking at new pajamas, and I'm thinking, yeah, you need to get some more of those. Those are sagging a little bit there in the back. And
oh man,
it was
the Dayton Walmart.
The Dayton Walmart. So then we make it over to the, and of course the problem with Walmart is you can't never find nothing, right?
No.
So we find the, I guess the sporting area, and we go over there, and there's these two cats from Dayton, and they're in an in-depth conversation about absolutely nothing. And so we, there's nobody at the counter.
Is this the one where you say, hi, how you doing? And then it just blows up.
It
from
blew
there.
up from there. Yes.
Yeah. So I go to look for help, right? I need somebody. So I had to go find Bob, who's putting up WD-40.
No. So okay, wait a minute. So back up. So Danny says,
let's hear the whole story.
So Danny says he's punching me. He says, let me go find some cat named Bob, so he can probably get over here and get our license. So he goes around the corner and he gets this dude, and he's putting up WD-40 on the shelves, and he says, can you come over here and get us a license? And then Danny's poking me and says, look at his name tag. Look at his name tag. Look at his name tag.
She's like, what? Quit poking me.
His name was Bobby.
And that is not something you can make up.
No, absolutely. No, the whole experience. And then, so we're waiting for Bobby to get situated, which then he goes down this long list. What kind of license you want? You want to fish in the county? You want to fish in the city? You want to fish in the state? And what kind of fish you want to catch? And what do you want to catch it with?
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I want to fish in the state of Tennessee because that's happened to be where we're at right now. And I want to catch anything I want to catch with what I want to catch with. Okay. There's a 50 cents difference in license. And I'm like, are you kidding me?
But now, if you want
go ahead, here's $5. Go ahead.
So if you want to catch trout, it's $22 more. So my question is, if you're fishing and a trout accidentally jumps on your line,
right?
But you got a fishing license, what do you do?
I'm going to stop you right there.
Okay.
Because trout swim in much colder water.
Yes, I know that. Like Hiwassee, and they swim in, the rivers.
Right. That's right. And
but
there's no
because
chance you'll catch a trout if you're going out to walk.
Okay, let's just say I'm at the Hiwassee River and I decide I want to catch a bass, and so a trout jumps on my line. Now, what am I going to do?
Well,
am I going to tell these people, hey, well, I was out here catching bass. That trout just jumped on my line.
Yeah, well, if the game warden comes up at that moment in time and says, did you just catch that trout? And I'm like, no, he caught me. I was fishing for catfish or whatever, I don't know anything about this crazy trout. What's it doing up here anyway? The water's too warm.
No way.
Yes.
Oh, good.
Well, there's a whole nother racket going on with license that we stumbled across.
Well, speaking of the lovely city of Dayton, my friend Jamie was having technical issues a while ago, so she did not hear my shout out, and she lives in Dayton. So I would like to say good morning again to Jamie. Good morning, Red. Hope you have a great day today.
Yes, Jamie. Now listen, if you need license,
don't go to the bait and tackles,
and don't go to the Walmart.
Yeah, don't go to the Walmart. But I find it hard to believe that you are. I mean, there must have been $500,000 worth of bait and tackle stuff in this store. Okay,
of course.
But they're going to send us down to the Walmart, where everything's got to be a little bit cheaper, to get our license. And I said, well, where am I going to get some crickets at? And that's a whole other thing. Like the lady Miss Johnson, who brings the crickets, she's going to be here in about an hour and a half. I'm like, well, what the hell? You think I'm going to wait around here for an hour and a half? That's not going to happen. The whole thing was like, see, things that gets on my nerves, and I'm a very calm, cool, collective kind of guy, right? Kind of easygoing, never meet a stranger and all that stuff, but
Until you meet stupid people.
I cannot, stupidity gets on my nerves, and lazy-mindedness. Now, if you're going to run a bait and tackle store, you need to sell license, for God's sake. And I proceeded to tell her so, Now, in fairness to that particular place, they actually have a really good restaurant there, and they have one hell of a hamburger there. I used to go down there for lunch. But,
That's a true statement.
if you really want to be a serious fisherman down there, don't go there.
Well, so now let's finish the story about what happened at the Walmart after we got Bobby to get our license.
So Johnny's standing there, who looks like, he had been transported to us in a time machine that morning.
Yes, he had a mullet.
And I said, all I did was say, hello, how are you? Because I'm trying to get Bobby to focus on his job, Bobby had to get an extra big chair to sit in. And once he got situated, I just wanted him to focus on our license. I just want to get the hell out of Walmart, man. I want to go fishing. This has been a journey. This has been 6 weeks in the making of just trying to fish in Dayton. All right. So I'm on a mission at this point.
After several attempts, you're finally getting there.
So Johnny walks up and I said, hello, Johnny. Or I said, hey, how are you? Or I said, hello, or whatever, It wasn't much because I wasn't really acknowledging it. I didn't want to talk to Johnny. I went to talk to Bobby. So Johnny says, well, I'm doing all right, except for my cousin. He's on meth and he's doing coke and he's, he's tried to kill her mama and he's taking Grandpa's land. I'm like, what the hell? Damn, Johnny.
This guy just walks up
y'all need to take
him.
Johnny out behind the woodshed and beat his ass.
He just walks up and starts telling. I'm thinking, I don't believe I'd have told that.
I think I would have kept that to myself.
Hippie chicks like trying to keep my blood pressure from getting up and just get the hell out of Walmart. But it was not, So I know Dayton is a small town. And everybody knows everybody, But if you are, what's her name that's listening that lives in Dayton?
Jamie. Or Red, a.k.a. known as Red.
All right, Red, here's what you got to do, all right? You got to go up to that bait and tackle place and tell them they need to carry fishing license and, for God's sakes, get some crickets.
Please.
Because the lady, Miss Johnson, who brings the crickets, she's not going to be there till 1 o'clock or so. I'm like, people are fishing at daylight around here. I mean, I'm looking around the parking lot. They're setting up for a bass tournament.
Right.
So, she's getting frustrated. I'm getting frustrated, the girl that we were talking to. And she says, you want to call Kevin? Kevin owns the place. And I'm like, Kevin don't care. He's probably in bed asleep. His whole business is going to hell. I just want to get out of here, man. She's like, you want to buy this cricket bucket? And I'm like, yeah, I hope to do better in the future. Oh, Lord. Happy Sunday, everybody.
Happy Sunday, everybody.
Crickets are available not in Dayton. Get your fishing license at Walmart. Put on your pajamas and go in there and get them.
Down the coast of the Abaco Islands. All I wanna do is throw a dark line around a island. We've been sailing for 20 hours, I'm bucking 8 to 10. We're gonna leave the world behind, who knows when. Living like the natives do, long summer long, yeah. We're drilling down the hole in the wall. We'll be back before long. Let's go fishing. Let's Let's go fishing. Let's go fishing. Let's go fishing. It's good to be back home in Marsh Harbor town. Sitting on the bridge with my eyes glued to the palm trees all around. There's nothing like the islands in the heat of the summertime. 'Cause we'll be dragging baits tomorrow on the ocean till the sun don't shine. Living like the natives do, all summer long, yeah. We're trolling down the hole in the wall. We'll be back before long. Let's go fishing. Let's go fishing. Let's go fishing. Let's go fishing. Conch fritters in the afternoon at the conch crawl. Sipping on Coke and rum, watching the sun go down. Well, it'll be another year till we come back here, but catching them marlin is the only way to steer. So meet me right here next year. How does that sound? Living like the natives do, all summer long, yeah. We're trolling down the hole in the wall. We'll be back before long. Yes, we'll be back before long. Let's go fishing. Let's go fishing. Let's go fishing. Let's go fishing. Let's go fishing.
The man, the legend, Mr. Jimmy Parrish. So, I guess there's no surprise that I hate Walmart, okay? I hate Walmart. I hate going in there. I hate getting in the parking lot. I hate Walmart, right?
No.
So, the other day, it was terrible. We had to go, and my brother Andy, and we had to go and break the news to our 90-year-old mom.
That's right.
And so we go in there, and it was just a tragic thing to have to do. I hope you never have to go through that. But we're sitting in, my brother Andy and I are sitting in two chairs in front of our mom, and she's just all to pieces, as tragic a situation as it was. And my sister-in-law, Brenda's behind us. And she says, "Tina, you want us to go shopping and find you some clothes to wear?" And ain't no place in Dayton other than Walmart.
And Cabela's.
Yeah. So here we go. We go to Walmart to shop for clothes. So Mama has something to wear to go to the funeral, right? And we're in there. And now I don't know anything else to do in Walmart is just sit there with the buggy and look at people, And they're having to find clothes and do this and do that and all that stuff, And my brother Andy came up to me. He's like, "Have you found a bar yet?" I'm like, I was just sitting here thinking, this place needs a bar. Not a big fan of Walmart. Apparently, Mo is not a big fan of crickets.
Well, speaking
I
of
love
crickets,
Crickets and chickens. She don't do either one of those.
Do they have a Petco or a PetSmart in Dayton?
Not that I'm aware of.
No,
it's no.
Because we used to have lizards.
Lizards.
We used to have like 10 or 11 lizards.
Yeah.
When we first moved here. We brought them from California.
Oh, lizards, real lizards.
What type did you have? I used to own a Nile monitor.
Like the blue-tail lizards?
Yeah, they were all kinds of different.
So they were smaller.
Yeah, they're little ones. Well, actually, I had a couple about a foot long each. But the rest of them were pretty small. But we had names for all of them. But anyway, Petco or PetSmart sells lizard food. In the form of crickets.
Yeah.
And so if somebody says, where can I get some crickets? I'd send them right to Petco or PetSmart. So
they have crickets.
You can buy them by the dozen.
I will keep that in mind. Now, right down here at the bait and tackle shop down here on the corner, the Park
Harrison
Grocery.
Bay.
Yeah, Park Grocery. They have crickets and minnows.
Worms and whatever you need. Yeah, they're a real bait and tackle store, for God's sake.
The one down on 58?
No, the one down as you're going to...
From the park. Yeah.
From the park.
Right across
Park Grocery.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a grocery store, but it has all the bait and tackle you need.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Well, you know why? Because people are fishing right there.
That's right.
That's why they go there.
It's stupid. It's stupid not to have crickets.
There's one right next door to Domino's, but they don't have crickets.
They don't.
Nope. They have minnows from time to time. Unfortunately, they just don't. They're not, up to speed all the time.
I'll be damned. Yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, so I was looking at the comments. Mo says, let me back here. She says something about, won't even go down an aisle where I hear crickets. Busted my head open trying to hook up my mom's dryer because crickets were sitting there.
Wow.
Nope, no crickets. And she don't do chickens either. It must have been horrible for her in Key West because chickens are everywhere.
Got it.
They'll come walking into your restaurant wherever you're eating.
They'll jump out of the bushes at you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw a couple of fights actually walking around town, and people were yelling, "Cockfight! Cockfight!"
That's awesome.
Well, we didn't mention this last week, but did you see that they took the family off the airport in Key West?
Yes.
And put it on a flatbed truck to take it up to New York. Mm-hmm. So if you ever came into the Key West airport, up above where it says "Welcome to the Conch Republic," there's a family, and it's around a buoy.
Mm-hmm.
Standing there waving at you.
Yeah, standing there waving at you. So they took it down and put it on a flatbed truck. Now it became a thing, right? People saw it all.
Tracking the family up
Tracking the family all the way to New York.
Yeah.
I guess they're taking it up there to the guy that does all the floats and things for the Macy's Parade. It's been there for 40 or 50 years or whatever, and he's going to restore it and hopefully bring it back down whenever they get the new wing of the airport.
I'm surprised with all the artists that live in Key West.
Yeah.
That they wouldn't have a local artist do that.
Yeah, you would think. Probably, it can be that. I mean, to me, putting them on the back of a flatbed truck is more dangerous, and taking it to New York City, and getting it restored. I mean, it's not even covered up.
No,
it's just on a flatbed truck.
Yeah, I was surprised when I saw they
waving at you going down the freeway.
Covered.
Yeah,
I was surprised.
Yeah,
I bet they'll be covered coming back.
Well, I know so.
That might chip away at some of their.
I mean, what if the truck got in an accident and it rolled off? Or
family would have been lost forever.
I mean, to me, I would have took a chance on finding an artist in Key West, like you say, and restore it there.
Absolutely.
It should have never really left Key West.
Sounds like a family affair to me.
Absolutely. But let's see here. A lot of people scared of crickets. What the hell? You going
to be scared of them?
I used to go up in the Sierra Mountains, up in the Sierras, eastern side, Bishop, California, and take crickets up in there, and boy, you could really hammer the trout.
Yeah.
With a live cricket on a 2-pound test.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, our fish love crickets around here. Now, B-Dog was just mentioning that Tim McGraw.
Yeah.
Tim McGraw was in Dayton yesterday at the same bait and tackle store we were just talking about, and put on a
surprise.
It was a surprise concert.
Surprise concert.
Yeah, we knew nothing about it because we keep track of a lot of that stuff, but it popped up on Facebook that Tim McGraw performed a surprise concert at the dock in Dayton, Tennessee.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you kidding? So seemed like a lot of the locals found out about it quickly.
Oh, I'm sure.
Gee whiz.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Cool.
That's really cool. Let me see here. Let's do. Now, don't forget, coming up this afternoon, we've got Rick the Stick's Hometown Licks. Is he traveling today? Somebody said he was somewhere.
He was just said an hour and a half north of the BAR.
Right.
Well, maybe he's not doing his show today. I don't never know, and I haven't talked to him, so.
I think it may be a thing. He's just going to start doing the show in a semi-truck wherever he is.
Well, he can. He's got that P4 that he,
right.
He could very well do that. But here's your weekly lineup. Here's your weekly lineup for Tiki Man Radio. Every Sunday, starting at 10 a.m. Eastern Island Time, start your day the Island way with some positive vibes. It's The Big Show, Sunday mornings with the Tiki Man. Stream it live on the Island J Live Cam. Come over and be part of the show. We'll give you a shout out and have some fun. It's the only way to start your day. Wednesdays, it's Tropical Country with B-Dog and Lou, where the boots meet the beach. Every Wednesday, starting at 7 p.m. Streaming live on the MFG Records Tropical Live Cam. In-studio guests and video guests and having fun. That's Tropical Country every Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Island Time. Fridays at noon, it's the local side of Key West with our concierge girl, Kelly, our personal assistant in Key West. Her and her husband, Keith, live in Key West and they know everything that's going on. Tune in every Fridays at noon and they'll tell you more about Key West you may or may not have known. Make sure you reach out to Kelly if you're taking a trip to Key West. She is our personal assistant in Key West. Fridays starting at 8 p.m., it's Coastal Confessions with B-Man and Michelle, live from Key West, taking confessions from you and having fun with her friends. Coastal Confessions, 8 p.m. Saturday, starting at midnight, we take you back in time to that old shaggin' music with Jukebox Saturday mornings. Classic old music with classic old commercials. Every Saturday, starting at midnight and running till noon. Sundays, after the big show, it's Rick the Stick's Hometown Licks, celebrating the music of his hometown, starting at 5 p.m. Eastern Island Time. Later that night on Sundays, starting at 8 p.m., it's the Key West Show with Gary Eck, the sound man from hell, bringing you all the happenings around Key West. That's your weekly lineup for Tiki Man Radio. Make sure you support all of these great radio shows and have some fun. And keep listening to Tiki Man Radio, TikiManRadio.com, your coastal Americana radio station.
Nailtini Nail Bar and Day Spa in Key West offers a relaxing and serene atmosphere. Whether you are visiting Key West or a local, Nailtini is your temporary getaway from stressful everyday life. We provide a wide range of services. Dr. Lesson offers Botox and fillers by appointment only. We have skincare that includes waxing and facials. And for nails, it's not just a pedicure. You can get gel, you can get acrylic. While our skilled professionals pamper you and your guests, you can sit back and enjoy a relaxing manicure, pedicure in one of our massage chairs and enjoy a complimentary martini or other drink option. To see all our spa services, visit us at our website, nailtiniKeyWest.com, or call 305-294-4443 to talk with one of our skilled professionals and to make your appointment today.
About this crazy club in town, raising all this money for folks who life has beaten down. They wear these crazy shirts and drink their beer out of a cup. They're known as the Charlotte Harbor Parent-Head Club. They like to have a party and they love a good time. Some may shoot tequila while others sip on wine. This isn't what you think of as community crazy service, but this is what you get when you party with a purpose. When you party with a purpose, everybody wins. Do some good for those without. Hang out with your friends. Charlotte Harbor PHC is at it once again, 'cause when you party with a purpose, everybody wins. Now there's some crazy people who do some crazy things, like midnight skinny dipping or dancing in the rain. Yeah, they're all busy dancing to a beat that's all their own. When we all get together, it's called a perfect storm, and the president is worried about where everybody's at. See, to put this crew together is a lot like herding cats. When 25 people come bouncing through the door, we're gonna party with a purpose. What are we waiting for? When you party with a purpose, everybody wins. Do some good for those without. Hang out with your friends. The Charlotte Harbor PHC is at it once again, 'cause when you party with a purpose, everybody wins. River, looking out for alligators, then have an after party down at the Navigator. They clean up the beach on a Sunday afternoon, jumping up and down to a sunny jam tune. Then later that night, they'll have a silent auction when everybody's good and drunk and no one uses caution. They'll pay $300 for a jug of homemade wine and say it seemed like a good idea. Good for those without. Hang out with your friends. The Charlotte Harbor PHC has had it once again, 'cause when you party with a purpose, everybody wins. When you party with a purpose, everybody wins.
Hey, this is Kat at CK Sunrise Villa. Wishing everyone a wonderful day. Listening to Tiki Man Radio, your coastal Americana radio station.
Got my blue vest on, my name tag straight. My comb-over's gelled, and I'm never late. I'm at my post, 8 hours a day. I give it all for an honest day's pay. I'm a Walmart greeter, a grin and greeting Walmart man. Grin and greeting Walmart man. But I love my job so much, I always do the best that I can. Here's my deal. Front door's my stage. I'm doing my best for minimum wage. I'm wearing a smile and Velcro shoes. I meet and greet the folks and do security too. I'm a Walmart greeter, a grin and greet Walmart man. Grin and greet Walmart man. Well, I love my job so much, I always do the best that I can. Here's my deal. I'll look in your bag, I'll check your receipt. You bring something back, you gotta go through me. Customer service, it's gonna be a lot quicker. Just hold on a minute, I'll give you a sticker. I'm a Walmart greeter, a grin and greeting Walmart man. Grin and greeting, yes I am Walmart man. But I love my job so much, I always do the best that I can. Now listen to me. Need a toaster or TV? I I can sure find that. I know every aisle, got them all down pat. Mr. Customer Care, they call me down at the store. There's lingerie on 3, depends on number 4. I'm a Walmart greeter, a grin and greeting Walmart man. Yes, I am Walmart man. Well, I love my job so much, I always do the best that I can. There's one more thing I can tell you. So when I die and I'm laid to rest, I'll be looking cool in my old blue vest. My last request, it's in my will. Send my money to my honey, my body to Bentonville. I'm a Walmart greeter, a grin and greeting Walmart man. Walmart man. Well, I love my job so much, I always do the best that I can. Yeah, I love my job so much, I always do the best that I can.
That's right. I can imagine myself as a Walmart greeter. You know, sitting in there. Damn, Janice, you bought this. You brought this back 7 times. You know, why don't you just enjoy it? You know, you watch. You buy this TV, and you bring it back every Tuesday. Just so she could have TV on the weekends, I guess. She comes back on Friday when she gets paid and buys it, and then, you know, brings it back on Tuesday and gets her money back, you know. But anyway.
So I'll give you a little bait and tackle trivia. The state of South Carolina, when you get a bait and tackle license, you have a license to sell beer.
Wait a minute. Say that again.
Yeah, I was blown away. I went to, well, we had a few family reunions it was in Charleston on one of the barrier islands. And every doggone bait and tackle store that I went to, because I always took down my rods and reels and so on whenever we went, they had a beer bar in the back. So I asked a question. Why is there a beer bar in every doggone bait and tackle? And they say, because don't they come together?
Well, you would think.
Ain't every state like that? No.
Yeah.
No.
Apparently
they're
not. Wow, that's amazing. Well, I mean, there's a certain point where you can buy a fishing license for life. You don't have to have it.
Yeah, I have one.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you get to a certain age and then you just buy it once, and then they say, okay, well, we're not going to hold it to you for another 40 years. So
yeah. We feel sorry for your license.
Yep.
Yeah. But man,
the fishing license things, that's kind of a crazy thing to think about, but you probably could have gotten a fishing license, in another bait and tackle store someplace.
Well, we could have got it right down here at Park Grocery.
You can buy them online.
That's what I mean, yeah.
I mean, we could have bought them there, but Danny said, he goes, no, we'll just go on up there to Dayton and we'll get it at that bait and tackle shop.
Yeah. Did you want just a day license? That's what I'm kind of thinking, huh?
Well, first of all, it's not like we go all the time.
Right. That's what I mean.
No.
You wanted a license for the day to go to your brother's place?
That's right.
Well, it was just what, I really don't even need it.
Yeah, I was going to say.
We don't even need a license.
We're fishing off of his dock.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, you do have to theoretically.
Theoretically.
I believe we could have got away with it.
You do. Yes, I don't think you're going to see. Where I stood and looked around, I didn't think I was going to see too many game wardens coming up and down that. What is that? Kind of like an inlet or something like that?
It's a slough that comes in.
Yeah, same thing. Yeah,
private slough that comes in. It's really nice. It's great to be back there fishing.
And the crickets were going to be for the crappie, I'm certain.
Yes. It's crappie fishing.
Right.
Yeah.
Off the
So
dock.
we going to go tomorrow?
I would love to go tomorrow.
Well, I was going to say
tomorrow.
The reason that it it turned out the way it did was because it's just one of those. I'm a kind of a spur of the moment kind of guy. Mm-hmm. It's like, hey, let's just go fishing today.
Mm-hmm.
I was so excited. I love to go fishing.
So let's go.
But we don't get to go very often.
Let's go and do this and do that. I mean, this place works me to death around here.
Yeah, I know what it's like as well.
Yeah, you just gotta stop.
Yeah.
and take the day off and go fishing.
That's right. That's right. But so Slayton Dooley going to be on the show Wednesday. That'll be nice, having him in the studio. And this past week you had
Percy
Abel.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which he is also the Beach Buddha Artist of the Month for April. Yeah.
Okay, well, good deal. Good deal. Beach Buddha Artist of the Month, Percy Abel. I love Percy's music.
Oh, absolutely.
I think he's fantastic. I'm pretty sure he's going to be at the showcase. We just booked Emily Randall.
Nice.
Oh, I love Emily.
Yeah.
She is amazing.
Yeah, she's going to be there, and with Roger Bartlett.
I love Roger Bartlett.
Yeah, they're both going to be there
Yeah,
together.
that's my boyfriend.
I understand.
Is it going to be like 3 days of music again?
Yeah, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And just booked the Trop Rock Junkies.
Oh, very nice.
So very excited about that. We'll get the lineup out here. We're in no
We're getting
hurry.
the Trop Rock Junkies too?
Yeah.
Ah, fantastic.
You got to understand, the reason that you see everybody else posting stuff about it is because they don't ever do anything anyway. We got our own routine about how we do things, and we know exactly what we're doing. For those that think, we need to do this, that, whatever, we know what we're doing. And it works out really well. So we'll ramp it up when we get ready to ramp it up.
Beers and Bones Patio said, pick me, I want to go fishing.
Hey, there you go.
He is the fisherman.
Now, we got a fishing trip planned sometime or another.
Well, we don't have it planned quite yet, but I think Alan and I need to get together because things are ready to take out and test and so on. It was just one of those little too early on the uptake in order for us to get out the day we went down to the dock where my boat was. It was just a little too premature, and so things are ready now as of finishing it Saturday with Woody.
Now, your boat, once it, does it just set in a slip, or is it always on that thing that you're always working on, or how does that work?
Well, what it comes down to is that the slip itself has a lift, and my boat's a little too big for the slip, and so when the lift lifts up, because it's a little heavier in the back end, and you're taking in a wet boat and putting it on a wet skids on a lift that was underwater and now is rising up, the boat had a tendency to want to slide back out into the water. So I engineered something so that one man can just tether it to it and stick this pipe into the a bracket I made on the side of the dock, and it will hold the boat from sliding back.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's done, and I feel good that now I can take the boat out, bring it back by myself without having to have a second guy helping me hold the boat from sliding back out into the water, because it's a heavy boat.
Yeah. It's how long? 15 foot?
No, it's 22.
22 foot. That's nice.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yes, Golden just said his boat is nice.
He likes that, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it'll be fish fry time before you know it.
I can't wait.
Yep, and I just wanted to, you had me on camera a second ago. I wanted to point at this hat up here. You see it says SD on it. Mm-hmm. And, Florida Atlantic, they cried last night because SD beat them 72-71.
Aww.
And for all you Floridians, I'm so sorry that my San Diego Aztec team beat your Florida college. They're good. They're really good. They beat my Creighton University from Omaha, so it was a good game yesterday.
Well, now, I've kind of been out of touch with everything, so where are we at on all that? Are we to the final?
We're down, getting ready, I think, today, and we'll have the final two.
Final two. Okay. All right. And who are they?
San Diego State will be the one.
Well, they're playing UConn, which
that's
is
going to be a tough one.
Yeah, they just beat Miami handedly, whereas number 5 San Diego State beat number 9 Florida Atlantic. which is a small school. But they were tough, man. They beat Creighton University, which has always had a great college basketball program for years and years and years.
Tomorrow night at 9:20, number 4 UConn will take on number 5 San Diego State for the NCAA Tournament Championship.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, very cool.
Made it
cool.
All that way.
Well, today the NASCAR guys are in Richmond, Virginia. So they had a pretty caught a little bit of it. I was working outside all day in the wind, and we decided to throw some steaks on the grill last night. And,
oh yeah, when I bought steaks, I bought these steaks that are big as your head.
I don't understand.
I can't. For some reason,
this is a myth.
I cannot pick out a steak. I just saw it said New York strip. Okay.
Yeah.
But in the package, it looks like 2 small steaks. Two good medium-sized steaks, right?
Yeah.
But then when you open the package, they grow and they're as big as your head. And I was like,
they do not grow.
heck?
They do not grow, and they're 4 inches thick, and they weigh 10 pounds or what. I'm like, what the hell? We can cut them in half, but she gets 2, and she already takes them out. And
well, I'm glad that we did not cut them in half because I ate all of mine. I was hungry.
It was a good steak. It's a good day for throwing on a grill. It's an absolute.
Where'd you find those?
Publix.
Publix, yeah, they have a pretty good meat market.
I had to go to Home Depot and get an Edger trencher.
Yeah.
And then so on the way back, I stopped by Publix because he said, get some steaks. We'll throw on the grill when you get home. And I'm like, okay, fine. So I get those, and they were this big when I pulled them out of the package.
And she knew exactly what I was going to say when she took them out of the package.
And I said, I'm sorry about the size of the steak. I can't determine, while they're squished in a package, how big they really are.
And this ain't the first time. This happens every time.
I do it every time.
And it said New York strips?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
They were huge, and they were good. But they were
they
huge.
so, like, thick? Was that? Because normally
they're like 4 inches thick.
Yeah, they were thick.
There you go.
Yeah, that was good.
And they were
forever.
big, and they were long.
Right, that's the way a strip steak was. But like a top sirloin, you can practically sometimes unroll those out, and they are as big as your head. But
yeah,
I mean, these are in the package. Okay, it's not hidden or anything. I just don't understand why she.
Okay.
But they're squished when they're in the package, and then you open it up, and then they just kind of grow, and they're huge.
That's what she said.
That's what she said. That's what she said.
This is Joe from the Island Castaways Band. When I want to listen to trop rock, I listen to Tiki Man Radio.
Sometimes I just wanna disappear, wanna leave without a trace. I need a little change of scenery, I need a little change of pace. I need a little break to get away, to come back feeling new. So how about grabbing that overnight bag and we'll make it a trip for two. We'll head out south on 75, cross the Alligator Alley stretch. And when that's done, we'll pick up US 1 when we get down around Homestead. It's not far to go to hit Key Largo. It'll be such a lovely ride. We'll stop in Isla Mirada for a pina colada with a 7-mile bridge in sight. So let's take a little trip down to the Keys. We'll ride along with the top down and feel the tropical breeze. I'll take you to Margaritaville and to Captain Tony's. We'll be doing the Duval crawl and do whatever we please. We'll watch the sunset at Mallory Square where the water meets the sky. We'll be making a toast, sitting by the coast, watching the boats go by. And then we'll make the rounds in that tourist town, start at Hog's Breath Saloon. We'll do it right, stay out all night. Tomorrow we'll sleep past noon. So let's take a little trip down to the Keys. We'll ride along with the top down and feel the tropical breeze. I'll take you to Margaritaville and to Captain Tony's. We'll be doing the Duval crawl and do whatever we please. Go to Sloppy Joe's and the Hard Rock Cafe, and then we'll hang out at the Schooner Wharf Bar for the better part of the day. Well, we'll be singing out loud with Michael McLeod when he does that bar dog song. And when we're done, we'll have had some fun with some memories to take along. So let's take a little trip down to the Keys. We'll ride along with the top down and feel the tropical breeze. I'll take you to Margaritaville and to Captain Tony's. We'll be doing the Duval crawl and do whatever we please.
That's right. Miss Cindy Walsh. Down to the Keys. I hear she's doing okay after the hurricane.
I hope so.
Pine Island really
took a hit.
Was hammered there. You know, the bridge was knocked out going on to the island for a while, but they got it all built back. And before all this happened earlier this past week, I'd mentioned that Michael McLeod is retiring.
I know. I'm so sad about that, but you know, I mean,
he's 75 years old.
I know.
And
but I am so glad that I got to go with you, meet him in person, and he played his favorite, my favorite song of his, Peace and Quiet, for me.
Absolutely.
That was wonderful. It was a great day. Great day.
Yeah, so little pieces of Key West that are changing. You know, some would say for the better, some would say for not so much better, and you know, there's still things of Key West that I love that hasn't changed yet. But Michael McLeod not singing at the Schooner's Wharf is going to be huge. I guess he finished up. He's moving to Arizona, as far as I know.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And going to retire to Arizona.
Did he say where at in Arizona?
It hasn't really. I haven't heard, and I was busy after I made that post about it. All this happened, and so I kind of lost touch with it. But he's been playing music in Key West for 40 years. 30 years at the Schooner's Wharf.
Wow.
No kidding. Wow.
Yes.
I mean, you talk about an icon.
And he had his dog, Cinderella. Of course, she's passed away. That was on stage with him all the time. But she passed away, too, recently. But now he's moving and retiring.
That's going to be quite a change, going from an island to the desert.
It's the dry heat.
It really
it
will.
is the dry heat.
But he's such a tradition down there. I mean, it's...
But one would guess at 75 he's probably got relates, don't you think?
Yeah.
Relates?
Relations.
Yeah.
Relatives.
Relative. Yeah, relatives. Yeah.
I think it's his wife. His house is for sale for almost $1 million.
That's right.
Beautiful home. It's online. And his wife wanted to move.
Gorgeous, actually.
I guess they got family in Arizona.
I wish I could buy it.
Yeah, it's beautiful. But anyway, don't forget, Rick the Stick, I believe, is coming up this afternoon. I didn't hear anything or see anything different in the chat. I don't know where he's going to do his show from.
Yeah, he does say he will be on at 5 p.m. Eastern Island time.
Okay. All right.
He's going to be doing it.
That's what you call trucking right there.
Mm-hmm.
That is trucking.
Getting on down the road. And then the Sound Man from Hell comes up later on tonight, 8 p.m. You never know what you're going to get with that show, that's for sure. But,
he's so silly.
Yeah, I guess that's a good word for it.
He's silly.
That's putting it mildly. But coming up immediately following Sunday Mornings with the Tiki Man on the radio is the replay of Tuesday on the Island, the B-Man and Me show.
That's right.
Which they won't be doing this coming week because they'll be out...
at Disney
with their RV and all that good stuff, and don't believe they're doing their show Friday. They talked about maybe doing something up there. They did do Facebook Live this past Friday.
They did.
So he's kind of toying around with the cameras and all that stuff. And Kevin Phelps just walked in.
Yes, he did.
Wonderful.
But anyway, it's about time we get on out of here and let you get on with your day. Thank you so much for being a part. Sunday Mornings with the Tiki Man. And thanks again for everybody that sent messages and all that good stuff this past week. I really appreciate it coming from the Tiki Man Radio family. Start your day the island way with some positive vibes, for God's sakes. You never know what's going to happen. A lot happens around here in 7 short days. So hopefully we'll get to see all of you here next Sunday as we come back and try to put some positive vibes in your blood.
That's Easter, though. You said.
Oh, that's right. We will not be here next Sunday because it is Easter. Yeah, that's right. But all right, let's get ready to go.
See ya.
See ya.
Goodbye. I'd love to stay and play and sing for a while, but it's time to hit the road. Say goodbye, so long, farewell, bye-bye. Andy! Goodbye to my friends, I'm glad you were here. It's time for us to go and get another beer. I like to see your smiling faces again, so goodbye, my friends, bye-bye. Thank you for the open invitation, your kind of applause and adulation. But look at the time, oh Lord, we gotta fly. So long, farewell, baby, bye-bye. All right, kid. Hey there now, friends, it's time to go. But we'll return and do another show. That's right. When we come back, drop in and say hi. So long, farewell, bye-bye. Yeah!
So long, everybody. Thank you so much for being a part of Tiki Man Radio. Tuesday on the Island replay coming up next on Tiki Man Radio.